Welcome to Bracket Matches, the podcast. We take a bracket of 32, 64, 128 and more and banter our way down to a winner. I am your lovely host this week, the CEO of Bastardhood, and this is Dre.
My name is DeAndre Robinson, host of Everything Masturbators and a part of the I Did Not Make These Rankings podcast network. I am really happy to do this bracket because wrestling is passion of mine, and I'm ready to tell why everybody's wrong, because I know for a fact that every time I do this, some bullshit moves on, and and I'm ready to argue. So there you go. And this is
Jay.
Hey, what up, everybody? It's your boy J Tom, aka Josh. Looking forward to this bracket. Like DeAndre, I'm a huge wrestling fan, and so let's see where these matches end up.
Casey.
Hello, everybody. I'm happy to be back. Happy to be finishing my fucking story today on Bracket Bastards, even though somebody else at the end of this fucking line had to be coming in here late, freaking drinking his fucking geriatric water and all that shit. But that's okay. We don't judge, and hashtag don't ever vote for him again. Next.
Josh.
Hey everybody, I'm Josh as well. You can call me Nerd Dad or whatever you want. I'm the co-host of the Asylum with Harley and Joker, and just all around extremely big wrestling fan. So night 1 was amazing. Can't wait for night 2 of WrestleMania. So,
And a returning favorite, a previous bastard on the show, Harvey, has decided to join us. It has been a very long time coming. I guess we just had to get the right topic. Harvey, how are you doing and how have you been? And welcome home.
Hello, everyone. I'm well. You guys got really lucky. The timing was perfect and it worked out. Hello, I am Harvey, the Black Bastard, the originator, one of the OGs, along with the man, the myth, the legend in the upper corner. And if there's ever a reason for me to come out here and talk and to school you people, it's about professional wrestling. So yes, I am here to do so. Hold on, let me just get my title. I need to put that back on my shoulder. Let me put that back here so that I feel comfortable. Is this a regular episode of The Bastards? Because there's a job that I had when I was there before. Dare I mention the rules properly?
You know what? I wasn't even thinking about that, but you are more than welcome to. I will get to that in a second.
Okay.
There's hopefully one more person coming up if he gets the message. But until then, there are a couple rules on here. Number 1, since there is only 6 people currently on the screen, there is a new rule that nobody else on here has actually got to deal with yet, and that is from the show Bluey. It is a favorite of mine. It is called Pass the Parcel. If anybody one time during the show wants, they can't decide and they don't want to blow their load or steal a vote, they are more than welcome to pass the parcel to me, which is giving me their vote if they decide to do so. Another one is blowing of loads. If you decide that you're one of the first people to go and don't want to be one of the first people to go, you're allowed to blow your load. And that means you're going last. If somebody else blows their load after you, you are no longer going last. You're going directly before them. But since Harvey is here, he's allowed to name this one because I always love the way he says it. Harvey, what is the perk that is one of your favorites?
It is with joy and happiness that I announce this. We are doing a bracket of whatever subject, and at some point, it will be an annoying choice, something that you didn't want to have to do. And we are lucky that we can only blame one man. It is only one man that it is the fault of. Let his name be said. It is Freddie. And the only thing left to do is to say hashtag fuck you, Freddie. As I like to say, FUF, even though I'm spelling it incorrectly. Fuck you, Freddie. So if you feel it, if there's a moment where you're unhappy about anything, dare I say, feel free to just let it emanate from your mouth. Fuck you, Freddie. Say it with your chest. Fuck you, Freddie. Just let it go. And it makes you feel better. The show's better. the more fuck you Freddie you say. And it's been a while since I've said that. Oh, it feels good. Fuck you, Freddie. Look at that. Good job, Kevin.
Yeah.
Get it.
Good job, Kevin.
He spelled it wrong, but there's Kevin's in comments, by the way. Kevin Stoner's in comments on YouTube. If you want to join us on YouTube, join us in comments. I will try to remember to read them in my head before I read them out on the screen. We've had that problem in the past. You are more than welcome to, and we will go ahead and do it as well. CJ is as well as telling me to fuck off. Before we go, there is third one, because technically that last one was a perk, and that's steal a vote. One time during the show, you're allowed to steal one person's vote, and that is it, but you have to announce it, and they have to be going after you. So if somebody's already voted in that turn, you cannot steal their vote if they've already gone, but if they haven't gone, you are more than welcome to do so. That means your vote counts as 2.
Oh, look at that. The show is involved.
All right.
Look at that.
I am not voting currently because we have the 6 people. That means the pass to parcel vote is in there. You guys have the load to blow and the steal a vote as well. That means Dre starts us off. And we are talking WrestleMania. We are talking gimmick matches. Dre, it is the Undertaker special. Is it the Buried Alive match or the Casket match?
That's actually a really good one. I'm also, but everything, I'm going to go casket match because when I was younger, I thought they was actually burying somebody or casting, and I thought somebody's going to die. I didn't know they put holes in the casket or put a tunnel in the hole. Now that I do, it doesn't scare me as much. So there have been a lot better matches for the casket than the Buried Alive. So I am going, plus it's too much to go on for the Buried Alive too. You got to put somebody in the hole, make sure they stay down there, and then go into the tractor, then dump dirt in there. It's too much. So I'm going to go casket match.
Casket match gets a vote. Jay.
So all the reasons you just named, Dre, are why I'm going for the Buried Alive match. All them extras, just add to it because it's the casket match, but it's elevated. You know, and the ones we've gotten to see have been pretty awesome, especially when they're fighting on the dirt. You got shovels involved. You got tombstones involved. Sometimes you got bulldozer involved. So my vote is for Buried Alive.
It is a tie game, Casey.
I honestly have to agree with Mr. DeAndre Robinson. Hashtag, he is one of the people who will be coming on an evening at the movies to discuss the Iron Claw with us very soon, along with that other person who we're not voting for on the other side of the screen for life. But to me, it takes too long to get to a finish for Buried Alive, where at times the casket match can be slow to get to the finish, but at least it can still come from out of nowhere. So I'm going to go casket match.
Josh.
I hate to sound like a broken record, but I also kind of have to agree with Dre here. So there's something about the finality of the second the casket closes. It ends the match immediately. Whereas, like Dre said, you have to put him in the hole. And then when does the match really end? Is it the second you start pouring the dirt, or is it when you pour all the, like, it's too clunky in my opinion. I say a casket match it's got a quick final finish, you know what I mean? So I'll go casket.
With that, casket match moves on. But Harvey, welcome back. What is your vote?
I would just like to say it's all calm and shit here. So let me help you out. The Undertaker is stunningly overrated. So every one of his matches are extra. I don't give a damn about either one. Whatever, pin somebody 1, 2, 3, put them in a casket 1, 2, 3, pour some whatever. They are all annoying. Just, it doesn't matter. My vote doesn't matter. Let's just go with the casket match. But
who pissed your Cheerios this morning?
There's still one more Undertaker started match. You gotta realize Undertaker started a lot of fucking matches. A lot of gimmick matches, and there's one more to come that I'm pretty sure it should go very, very far.
Right, that's the only one that I like, and that has gone long past his run. But other than that, whatever.
two more, Dre. There's two
Two
more.
more? Okay.
Two more, and we'll be getting to that one shortly. My personal views on this one between the Casket match and Burried Alive. Casket match, I would have gone with Burried Alive match because I personally believe that wrestling is about moments and about certain things that get stuck in your head. Number one, between these two, I mean, with the entire finality of the Casket match, once to close, it's done, whatever. I do like when they set a casket on fire type thing, and there's a very dark tone to the entire Casket match, especially with Undertaker. However, Burried Alive match, when you have one of the final scenes where Taker or whoever sticks his hand up through the grave type thing, and then it cuts to black after that. Plus, Taker's last match was a Burried Alive match. So just for historical wise, I would have gone Burried Alive match.
Both of those last 2 points was a good point.
No.
It wasn't technically a Burried Alive match. It was a graveyard match, but
Boneyard.
Yeah, it was a boneyard match by name alone. But the entire purpose of that match was a Burried Alive match.
Yeah.
So you can call it what it is, but anyway, Josh B starts us off, or Jay starts us off on this one. Is it from TNA? Is it the Last Blood Battle Royal, or from WWE the Inferno match, which is the other match that I was taught? One of the other matches about that Undertaker didn't technically start, but he was in part of the first one. So, Jay, is it Last Blood Battle Royal or Inferno match?
I personally am not a fan of either of these matches, just because I feel like they can be too sloppy at times. There's accidents that can happen. That said, if I have to pick one, I'm going with Inferno match.
Inferno match gets a vote. Casey.
So I think it's a good time to dust off the freaking hashtag fuck you, Freddie. I kind of sort of agree with Josh. Not necessarily a huge fan of either, but I'll go Inferno.
Just another one. Josh.
I hate to just keep agreeing, but as you said, Freddie, wrestling is about moments, and I think there's been so many more moments, especially when Kane was in his like absolutely just heinous monster era. Inferno match just added to that so much. I got to go Inferno. Yeah, exactly.
I love that.
3 and out with a win on that one. Harvey.
Yeah, we're still on the Takers. Can I just say TNA was one of my favorite promotions for a while. It was fun over there, especially when AJ was running that place.
Before he got his hair and haircut.
Before they screwed him, he should have never left that company. He was the face. It should have always been him.
I concur.
But with that said, not that it matters, but I'm going to go with the First Blood or Second Blood or Rambo Blood or whatever you said the title was. But that TNA match.
For Lifeblood.
For Lifeblood.
I'm gonna agree with Harvey on this one. It doesn't matter because the Inferno match will be moving on. I would have voted for Last Blood Battle Royal just for the simple fact the Inferno match is a great gimmick type thing, but the matches sucked. They were always they had to be super careful. Looking at it from different views, it does kind of look like a rock concert type thing. Every time somebody would slam to the mat, the entire ring would go poof in flame. That looked cool, but it was such a dangerous and unpredictable match wise for the wrestlers, which the number one rule in wrestling is to actually keep them safe type thing. However, Last Blood Battle Royal, blood always sells. So I think the worst part about the Last Blood Battle Royal is the fact that it was in TNA. And unfortunately, you had the hardcore fans that watch TNA, but a majority of people out there watch either WWE, AEW, or stuff like that. TNA is a little bit lower down on the list. Dre, is it Last Blood Battle Royal or Inferno match?
I just want to say, record again, I know we have another version of this match coming up. But I'm going to say record that all Battle Royals are horrible. Outside the main one that we're going to talk about, especially the WWE. WWE Battle Royals are fucking horrible. Like, you can't name a good, off the top of your head right now, I can't name a good Battle Royal. So with that case, I'm going to go Inferno match because it does have a bigger stain on my brain than fucking the Battle Royals.
Inferno match moves on 4-1 to the next round. Casey starts us off. It is a play-in matchup. I completely forgot about one of these matches, about one of these particular match types, and Dre happened to remind me right before the show. So for a majority of you guys don't know this is in here, but Casey starting us off. Is it? I'm not going to do it justice, so I'm not going to say it that way that it should be said. But is it War Games or Survivor Series?
Wow. Look at you all fighting for the freaking back-to-back hashtag fuck you Freddies. In honor of the great William Regal, it can only be said one way, and that is the fact that it is War Games.
Which is why I didn't even attempt to do that. Josh, is it War Games, Survivor Series?
Oh man, some of my favorite moments are from the Survivor Series with DX. When Sean kicks Mike Knox in the face and then asks who's that. Oh my God, I lost my shit. However, if I just compare how fun the matches are, I have to agree that War Games is just, it's more fun.
Good to vote, Harvey.
In honor of the man who's finally going to win the title this weekend, we have to go with the match that his father created, and that is War Games. Phenomenal. The Horsemen. That's all. No, it's War Games. And until I hear different, that's my vote. I love the War Games every year. Fantastic.
We can
War
only
Games.
hope that he wins.
Mm-hmm.
War Games was in here originally. Survivor Series was the match that was not in here originally.
Get it out.
And with Harvey's vote, War Games will be moving on to the first round because again, this is a play-in matchup. Survivor Series and War Games are two match types that I conclude as one because they're at the same event each year, pretty much. Not now because it's a different thing. But I never liked the old version of War Games, but the entire NXT version of War Games, I absolutely love those. I have not seen a match since they've come back that I haven't given at least a 4 on a 5 scale on that one because they've all been good. Dre, finish this out.
The last one with Orton was so good. Yeah.
Sorry, Dre, is it War Games or Survivor Series?
So I said that Survivor Series, and I also told Freddie that I don't think Survivor Series is going to go that far. I didn't know who was going to play either, but Survivor Series should be on this list. It should. However, though, and I'm a big fan of elimination tag team matches. I love those type of matches. How those War Games is War Games. The old school War Games, I'm with Freddie. I'm not too fond of the NXT and new and the Triple H era, the Levesque era War Games. Fucking chef's kiss fucking matches.
It's not any different from the original. What's the difference?
A lot more dangerous shit could happen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
It's the same. 2 rings next to each other. It's essentially the same thing. Triple H didn't do anything.
They have a lot more freedom to do a lot more shit.
They do whatever the hell they wanted in War Games.
I don't. No. The old school War Games I saw compared to this shit that they happened I'm talking last year yeah. Listen. I'm going to go War Games here because the Harvey's want to argue with me, but I'm going War Games here.
I mean, at the end of the day, Dustin Rhodes bled a gallon of blood in the Sting Squadron versus Dangerous Alliance War Games match.
So much fun, man. It was always a good setup. Bad guy versus good guy. They beat the hell out of him. A good guy comes out. The Road Warriors. Oh my God, it was great. What's his name? Almost died in there. James J. Dillon in one of those matches. Ooh, crazy.
And Jay, finish this up.
Oh, definitely War Games for me as well. I just wish it didn't come at the expense of the Survivor Series, because I think it's a great name, a great way to highlight an up-and-coming wrestler as having them be the final survivor. And so I wish War Games was separate from Survivor Series so we could have both.
That's true. I mean,
Yep.
we wouldn't have Rocky Maivia, we wouldn't have Undertaker, we wouldn't have Randy Orton. Basically, we would have a lot of them if they wasn't last survivors of that shit. The Dolph Ziggler, my favorite survivor was Team Cena versus the Authority.
I mean, Rocky Maivia still would have debuted. He just wouldn't have debuted. I mean,
He would have got
match would have been
big. He would have been as big.
War Games moves on to the first round, taking out Survivor Series 5-0. Josh starts this one off. Is it War Games or Elimination Chamber?
Fuck you, Freddie.
Well done, Josh. Well done.
I may be in the minority here, but in my opinion, for me personally, an Elimination Chamber is my favorite gimmick match of all time. I don't know why. I love the Elimination Chamber. Every video game, or every one of the WWE video games, I pretty much just play Elimination Chambers. I think they're a bunch of fun, and anything can happen. You can jump from the top. I got to go Elimination Chamber all day. But War Games is awesome, so it sucks to, vote against it.
Gets a vote. Harvey.
I'm going to stick with War Games. I've loved it from its inception. Elimination Chamber feels like a pretty good match. It actually, to me, it's always felt like what ECW did when they did their matches. It's essentially, it's like a three-way dance. And the only thing is that you keep going until the last person gets pinned. So that's what the Elimination Chamber is. You just add some extra technology and some fencing and such. But I still think, and I'm picking this just because DeAndre at some point is going to argue with me. And I like my stuff old, but I've always enjoyed War Games. So that's still my pick.
I'm actually kind of glad that I'm not voting on this one because these are my two favorite match types between the two. Royal Rumble being a very, very, very close third. Elimination Chamber kind of reminds me of the entire Thunderdome, not the Thunderdome during the Global Bastard period, but the entire Thunderdome bitch type thing, where you have like caged animals type things, and you're just waiting for the next. You have the anticipation. You know who's going to come out next because it's scripted as fuck. But you have like a caged animals just waiting to come out and just beat the living fuck out of people.
Especially when you have somebody like Brock Lesnar sitting in a cell, and he's just like pacing back and forth. Yeah.
War Games is kind of the same thing because they have the two cells at the very end, but it's a lot. The pacing on it is completely different between the two of them. Plus, you have the not only that, you have the cage around the actual ring with the entire Elimination Chamber, which has a little more less flexibility than the chain link does on a normal War Games match does. And so I would have gone with Elimination Chamber on that one. Dre, is it Elimination Chamber or War Games?
War Games is amazing. Amazing match. I am going to go Elimination Chamber, though.
Of course you are.
Of course I am. Elimination Chamber. I like dangerous matches, and they both are dangerous matches. But the structure for Elimination Chamber is amazing. Okay, bye. The structure for Elimination Chamber is unforgiving, as they want to call it. A lot more things you get quote unquote hurt with. So I'm going to go Elimination Chamber here.
Jay.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Elimination Chamber as well. It's just overall more exciting. Doesn't mean War Games is any less exciting. It's just the Elimination Chamber is more exciting, especially when weapons are riding.
Gets the vote and the win off of that one. Casey, finish us out.
So, Harvey, what match walked so that the Elimination Chamber could run?
Just because you're older doesn't mean you're better.
There
Jesus
it is.
Christ.
I was waiting for that. Everything you love came from the stuff we like first. Just remember that.
And
You're not wrong.
and
You're
I
not
thank
wrong.
you,
But you
and I
minimize
thank,
it.
and I
You
thank you for it. No, I don't. No,
You do.
I thank you for it.
Mhm.
No, I thank you for it. But I don't make it better. Thank you for doing that for me. Now I can make it better.
And there it is. You don't make it better. That's the thing.
Why not?
Well, I got one for you. I got a question for you. Give me a situation where something old was redone, but the old one is still better.
The old one's still better?
Yeah.
So many.
No. I want to hear from DeAndre. I want you to pick
Okay,
something because he said his thing here is that he thinks I think everything old is better.
Yes.
So I want to hear you because every wrestling idea you came up with, every one that you love, somebody did it first. So give me one where you guys in the modern era recreated it, but you didn't do it as well as the original.
So wait,
I want to hear DeAndre's pick.
I know. I'm just saying that I have one.
And I had one. And it was what I just said. Fucking over the top battle royals. Better over the top battle royals in the younger, in the older days was better than definitely far fucking better than what they are now. I'll give you that shit. I'll give you 1,000% give you that shit.
I mean, there's not much to that, but I mean, I hear you.
You asked.
No. You in essence proved my point because nothing changed with the rules. It's throwing somebody over the top rope. It's still that. The only thing different. I mean, it's all right.
All I'm saying is that just because something's older, and I'll reverse it as well. Just because something's newer doesn't mean it's better either.
Oh no, we know that.
But all I'm saying is just because you two are firm believers that something older is just better. That does not mean it's better. That means it's older and it paved the way. And I thank you for paving the way. But that doesn't mean it's better.
I'm still waiting for a different one.
Hashtag Beverly Hills Cop is still better than Beverly Hills Cop 3.
No. I'll give you that. I'll give you that one. I'm ready to debate this. Beverly Hills Cop 3 is better than Beverly Hills Cop 2. I will debate the shit out of that one. I would debate the fuck out of that. I would debate the shit out of that.
Wild. I want to hear this.
Those alphabet crimes was fucking horrible, and everybody knows that shit. Come on.
I'm not even sure where we're at anymore, to be honest.
But Rush Hour is better than all of them.
You're welcome for that, by the way, Freddie.
I think Casey, you're the last one to vote, right? It was War Games. Is it War Games or Elimination Chamber there, sir?
It is definitely War Games. Because older is better than newer. For life.
I have such a controversial opinion there.
Harvey.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of old versus new, it is WWF versus NXT on this one. Is it the Iron Man match or the Iron Survivor match?
That's a really good one. When I think of the Iron Man match, it occurs to me that my favorite wrestler of all time did those just for fun. Flair wrestled people for 60 minutes, 90 minutes just because he could. And there wasn't a title for it. It was just the way the matches were for him. I think it's Brett and HBK. That's an amazing one.
Oh, yeah.
I think Iron Man match is what I'm going. I think I'm going to go with. I like NXT though. I like NXT a lot, and I like what they do. But I still think the Iron Man, those matches were amazing. Before we even gave them a title, they were commonplace in NWA and WCW.
The original Iron Man match gets a vote on this one. I would personally go with Iron Survivor on this one. I love the fact that the Iron Man match has been going on for decades upon decades. And the Iron Survivor match is pretty much a newer rendition of it. But even with that small amount of stuff, and with people who are still in school, still training to do this, they're more effective matches for me than the actual Iron Man matches are. I actually kind of consider the Iron Man match kind of boring and slower paced. They have to be slower paced because they have a time limit to get to instead of just trying to do it. However, the Iron Survivor does the longer pace because you have the full length, but you also have you have enough people in there you can still do it quickly the entire time to do it, and with the different penalty box rules and stuff like that, it's a little convoluted, but it works, and it's just looking great. So
real quick, how much off the top subject for a second, but last night, the main event for last night, they dragged that out a lot. There was just
I didn't even watch half of it.
Like, it was crazy. I'm
Really?
like, clearly Dwayne probably wasn't in real ring shape. So they really dragged it out. It was like,
I don't know. I think he did pretty well for not having a match in such a long time.
but he didn't do much.
I mean, he didn't hurt himself. That's for damn sure. Like last
My
time.
question on this, was there some part of the match where it was announced it was a no disqualification match?
No, that's a good question.
Yeah, when he said, when The Rock started,
Go
if
ahead.
you do this, you're fired.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's what I was wondering, because like the ref saw like point blank that was a belt to the back, which would have been a disqualification.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like-
Yeah,
So
and if he
because
would have
the
called for a
Rock-
disqualification, he would have been fired.
he's the head of the board. When you could hear the commentators like, "Hey, he's the head of the board. You can't do anything. If you do it, he gets fired." Blah blah blah. It was bullshit. We all knew they were going to win. And
Yeah, and I predicted that one too. Mainly because tonight's match is going to be a completely overbooked match, and I am here for it.
Well, I mean, that's what it is at the end of the day, though. It makes that mountain that Cody has to get to the top of.
He
that
doesn't
much
need
more-
it though. That's the problem. It's like he doesn't need that mountain anymore. He's been doing this for 2 years. Everybody just wants the entire story to end because it's
didn't
if it doesn't
need-
end now, there's no point.
Night one main event either, but that's what they put in front of him to get to this moment, though, tonight.
There's so many different options on that could have been done. Anyway, that's a side tangent.
agree.
Dre, is it Iron Man match or Iron Survivor?
the Iron Survivor, I do like the Iron Survivor match. It was only for 3-4 years they have this now, and it's not a bad match. 5 people, 20 was only 25 minutes. So, I mean, that's what it is. However, though, the more iconic match is the Iron Man match, and I'm going. People hate me. I know people love Brett versus Shawn, and that's probably is one of the best Iron matches of all time. But I'm going to go a little bit more newer. MJF versus Daniel Bryanson was fucking amazing. That Iron Man match was fucking amazing. All right. So I'm gonna go newer for that. MJF and Daniel Bryanson. Have watched it as AEW. I know people like AEW. I personally do. That match was fucking amazing. One of the best Iron matches I've ever seen in my life. So I'm going to go. Oh, also Charlotte Flair or who was it? Charlotte Flair and Sasha, I think. That was actually pretty good too. I think it was Charlotte Flair and somebody.
Was it Sasha and Bailey?
Sasha and Bailey. Yeah, Sasha and Bailey.
They headlined in NXT. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That was
what
a
Sasha and Bailey as
bang.
well. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go Iron Man match here.
So you're saying that just because you're old, you are better.
No, I'm not saying that. No one there said that. No one there said my mom. All I'm saying is that the better match is the Iron Man match. That's all I'm saying.
Sorry, I had to pop Harvey a little bit on that one. Jay, is it Iron Man match or Iron Survivor?
You know, I gotta go with Iron Man as well. I mean, for in-ring storytelling, it's dependable. Not everybody can pull it off, and the guys that can pull it off because they're amazing. I mean, it's the reason why you haven't seen one in WWE in quite some time, because they don't have a lot of wrestlers that can pull off an hour-long match to tell a story and keep the audience involved. I think the Iron Survivor match came about because they needed to take that concept and evolve it, and it's great they've been able to do that. However, Iron Man is a iconic classic match, and I wouldn't be surprised if it goes really far.
You can tell that the people who are at NXT loved WCW. They invoke so much of that old school wrestling to it. I think which is why NXT was so popular for a while. It's because it kind of went back to what we loved. It was just psychology. It was just wrestling, and it's build. HBK grew up on the Horsemen. So did Triple H. All of them. So they bring all that stuff back, tweak it a little bit.
Wayne Regal as well,
and Regal, of course, in WCW. Clearly, oh yeah.
In my opinion, Regal's a goat. One of the goats, at least.
Absolutely.
Casey, is it Iron Man or Iron Survivor?
I'm not gonna lie. When Dre started off on his little rant at the beginning of his vote, I was so waiting for him to freaking come off off the hook with freaking bashing on Brett and Sean, but then he followed it up with the whole MJF and Bryan Danielson.
which is amazing.
I can't disagree with that statement at all. Fucking MJF and Bryan Danielson was a fucking amazing Iron Man match.
I'm embarrassed that I haven't seen it. I need to go watch it.
Oh, it's fucking great.
It's
so good.
Just kiss.
MJF is good. Danielson is unreal.
Oh yeah.
It's
Oh,
been
I
unreal
love
for like
everything
20
I've seen
years.
of both guys. I don't know why I haven't seen this match. I gotta watch it. So
Yeah, if there was a match that was going to beat out Brett versus Sean, and I remember watching Brett versus Sean live as it unfolded, and the fact that it went an hour without one damn fall until the sudden death overtime, you knew that one fall could be the determining factor, and that one fall could have come in at the 5-minute mark, the 20-minute mark, the 40-minute mark. It didn't happen until 61.5 minutes into the match, but there was so much drama, and they told the story so fucking well. So I'm going to go with Iron Man match. Nothing against Iron Survivor, though. But
And Josh, finish this out.
there's Iron Survivor is awesome, as everybody said, but there's something about the drama that an Iron Man match brings. The feeling in your gut when the time is ticking down and the one you're rooting for needs one more fall or is ahead. You know, there's a lot of psychology that's able to be done within an Iron Man match that is unmatched by any other match. So I have to go Iron Man.
In a sweep, Iron Man moves on to the next round. On the other side of the board, Dre starts us off. Is it the Royal Rumble or from WCW, the 3 Stages of Hell?
The 3 Stages of Hell is a cheat. I'm gonna say that right now to be in this bracket because 3 Stages of Hell is 3 different matches that's probably in here together, and it's separated too. It's not like it's like you put everything together. So I am not going with 3 Stages of Hell. I'm going with fucking Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble was a classic. Well, classic. Yes, I'm not say classics here because it is a fucking amazing. But the 3 Stages of Hell is just basically a cheat code. And probably shouldn't be in this bracket. That's true. I'll think about it. So I'm going to go to Royal Rumble here.
It is a bad gimmick. I'll give you that.
Get to vote, Jay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Royal Rumble as well. That's getting my vote. But it just hell ain't all that bad because the one with Triple H and Cactus Jack, that was fantastic.
I'm not saying it's not fantastic. I'm just saying that it's 3 of these matches.
Yeah.
It's not together either. It's just there's 3 matches, and then you win one. Then I think the next day or next week you do another one. It's not like it's the back to back. It's just
broken for the bracket.
Yeah.
Gets a vote, Casey.
I mean, let's be honest. We all know when January gets here, we're all chomping at the fucking bit for the Royal Rumble. That's just how we know that it's the beginning of the road to WrestleMania. Whether or not who's going to win is predictable as hell or not, that's fine. But it's Royal Rumble.
Gets a vote and the win off of that one. Josh.
So I have to throw a small bone to Three Stages of Hell because way back in the day, it was one of my favorite matches to play on the games because you essentially got, 3 matches. Or, I mean, if you're good at the game, you only get 2 matches, but it was a lot of fun. However, Royal Rumble, I mean, like you said, I used to run a website where you could, it was like a tournament kind of where you picked who you thought the winner of blank matches is going to be, and whoever was at WrestleMania, whoever's ahead wins the whole year or whatever. And Royal Rumble was always the most fun because there's so many variations or options, So I have to definitely give it to Royal Rumble for sure.
Harvey, finish it up.
Royal Rumble easily. The excitement, the urgency that event brings about is fun, and of course you're right, leads to WrestleMania. So you cannot go wrong with the Royal Rumble.
I would have gone with Royal Rumble as well. Like I said before, wrestling's about moments. Royal Rumble has a lot of moments. Maven taking care of Taker in the Rumble is still one of my favorite ones. John Cena coming back after I think 9 months instead of the full year type thing, proving he's superhuman. But the best the best Royal Rumble moment of all time has got to be Titus World Slide.
Yeah. or Vince blowing out both his quads, either one.
It's still one of my favorite moments.
Titus World Slide might be one of the best moments, but that was one of the worst Royal Rumbles I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Oh,
still
the greatest Royal Rumble. Oh God, no, it was awful.
And Nino's in comments, by the way. He is saying Royal Rumble as well. Royal Rumble moves on 5-0 to the next round. Jay starts us off on this one. Is it the quote unquote on a pole match or a no count out match?
I'm going to go with on a pole match because it's a little bit more unique than no count out, especially because there's so many other matches that include the no count out stipulation.
Casey.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Josh. No count out can basically be thrown into any type of situation. I mean, you can have no count out on its own, but you can have no count out for, whatever, and it is what it is. So, hashtag fuck you, Freddie, on a pole match.
Josh, is it no count out or on a pole?
Yeah, I feel like no count out is almost not even a gimmick match. And a pole match, I was actually just talking about this last night with my buddy. It's so funny. I wish Ray versus Eddie Guerrero for the custody of Dom. I wish that would have been an on the pole match because that would have been. I know they were going for a serious take, but that would have been fucking hilarious, right? Oh my god, I love the on a pole matches, so I got to go with that. I think you could put anything up on the pole,
Judy Bagwell. Okay, Let's just say that Judy Bagwell on a pole, and that's never something you want to hear. Judy Bagwell on a pole, but that was the thing. Harvey, is it on a pole or no count out?
That was another Dusty thing. There was like the coal miner's glove match, and you had to get to the pole to get the glove to put it on to beat somebody up. I'm not a big gimmick fan, but some of those are fun, so you can't go wrong with that. So yes, I go with on the pole. And on that,
and Drave.
All right, so Harvey has to go, so I'm make sure everybody knows that.
Sorry, guys.
Fine.
Run. Later,
All right.
guys.
See you later.
Harvey, it was great having you back. You're welcome back anytime. That does mean I get to vote on this upcoming matchup. But Dre, finish this out. Is it on a poll or no count out?
Like Josh said, no counter matches is it's not a gimmick anymore. I mean, there's no just. I mean, I don't see anybody really, unless you really want to, losing by a count out. I mean, fucking Tick last night, for instance, they fought all over the fucking stadium in Philly, and yeah, so yeah, I'm going to go on a pole match as well. I mean, it's a better gimmick match than that.
In the third sweep in a row on the poll moves on to the next round. Casey starts this one off. Is it from NXT? Is it the Fight Pit? Or Hell in a Cell?
Fuck you, Freddie.
Yeah.
And when you're done fucking you, fuck you again. Because, fuck. I enjoy a good quality put together fight pit match, but it's 100% Hell in the Cell. For one reason and one reason only. Mick Foley got hip tossed off the damn top of a fucking cage through a table and then got back up on top of the damn thing and went through the roof and damn near killed himself. All in one match. Hell in the Cell.
Gets a vote, Josh.
Yeah, if Hell in a Cell doesn't win this, then what did Mick Foley sacrifice himself for? Sacrifice himself for our sins? No. I do have to give a slight nod to the fight pit match between Seth Rollins and Riddle. That was fucking actually really good. Like, that's what cemented Riddle for me as a top guy. Kind of sad that he went, but it happens. However, having said that, it's Hell in a Cell all day, every day.
I know Hell in a Cell's going to win this, and I'm okay with either one of these winning. However, Fight Pit, I love the transition that they're kind of doing with WWE right now, kind of giving it more of a fight feel than an actual sports entertainment feel, I guess. So I love this type of match. I wouldn't have gone with Rollins and what's his nuts?
Riddle.
I would have gone with Timothy Thatcher on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and friggin' Riddle, because that was a banger and a half right there, and it's still one of the go-to matches to even do that. And they've done Hell in a Cell a lot, not as recently, but like there's a whole bunch of famous instances of Hell in the Cell. Fight Pit, they've had 3, I think, so far, and they've all been good. Every single one of them been good. I'm gonna give it to Fight Pit on this one, knowing that Hell in the Cell is going to move on anyway, but at least giving Fight Pit a chance. Dre.
Yeah, Fight Pits are horrible. Those are horrible matches to me.
Ooh.
Yeah, I said it. And I know Josh just said that Seth Rollins and Riddle match that did it for me. That shit was horrible. That was not a good match at all whatsoever. And I really can't name back in my head. I really can't name a bad Hell in a Cell match.
Really? The Fiend versus Seth Rollins?
The Fiend versus Seth Rollins wasn't bad. That wasn't bad.
That was a terrible fucking match.
So the Fiend versus Seth Rollins in Hell in a Cell was worse than Seth Rollins versus Riddle in a Fight Pit?
Yes, because at least the fight pit had a good conclusion to it. Both matches sucked. I'm not going to tell you different, but at least because how do you have an ending that is like a no disqualification ending in a Hell in a Cell and it's stopped by referee stoppage?
All I'm saying is that you can't find a better fight per match than the better Hell in a Cell matches. Because again, Foley, Undertaker, fantastic. But don't forget, 2 or 3 years ago, Rollins versus fucking
Cody.
Oh my god!
Shit.
With one damn near one
movie match,
arm. With giving one fucking arm.
That's one of my favorite matches of all time. That was unbelievable. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to go Hell in a Cell here because to me, fight pits are horrible.
And Jay, finish us out.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with DeAndre. I think fight pit matches are a little overrated. You know, it's like the Brawl for All on paper. It sounds like a good idea, but in reality, it's never done it for me. But the Hell in a Cell, man, love those matches for the most part. So Hell in a Cell gets my vote.
And it gets to win 4-1, moving on to the next round. Josh starts us off and actually ends the first half of the first round. Is it the loser leaves town match or Money in the Bank?
This is yet again one of my favorite gimmick matches of all time. I think my gimmick match list goes Elimination Chamber, Money in the Bank. There's so many moments that can happen. Like loser leaves town has it. The issue with that is it sounds like it has a lot of stakes, but then you know that the other person's going to come back in some way anyway. So it's like it basically doesn't matter. Money in the Bank is awesome. Plus the whole Money in the Bank briefcase idea is, man, I think that if it was Vince that came up with that, that was like his last stroke of genius, in my opinion. But
it was Jericho that came up with that. Actually,
Jericho. Shit, I forgot about that. Yeah, it was. I mean, come on, Jericho's a genius, anyways. So, got to give it to Money in the Bank.
I'm gonna give it to Money in the Bank as well. The thing with loser leaves town matches that I don't like is actually not the matches itself. Is the fact that there's so many dirt sheets out there anymore that you know the result of the match even before the match is posted, because you know that the person's contract is up and whatever. Like if this is kind of a bad example, but if they put Drew McIntyre in like a loser leaves town match type thing right now, like if he doesn't win the title, he's gone. It would be a little bit more of a toss up because we all know that Drew's his contract is technically, according to the dirt sheets at the moment, not renewed officially. Some people say people say it is, some people say it isn't, but it's a little bit more toss up. However, if you put like Matt Hardy in a loser leave town match right now, where they pretty much guaranteed that he is leaving,
AEW.
Yeah, thank you, AEW, because he wants to finish his career in WWE. That would be a little bit more of a, there's no stakes in this because we know who's going to win. But that's the problem with this. However, Money in the Bank is one of the most genius concepts ever because it gives you the flexibility as a booker throughout the year. Like Priest, as I said before, Priest has held this briefcase for almost a year now.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that Roman's been on top, and they've made the fact that you don't have to cash in for the main title. It could be other titles. It's a little bit kind of a scapegoat type thing, but
should cash in for the women's championship. I'm just saying. Anyways,
yeah, I've seen that.
Versus Mommy.
Do you know what? There was a comment made on chat last night about Gunther versus Mommy, and That would be a match that I would love to see. Just saying.
That's a banger, honestly. She's so fucking good.
I'm gonna go with Money in the Bank though.
Yeah, in my opinion, Rhea is the greatest female wrestler of all time. That might be a spicy opinion, but it is. It's my opinion.
I personally see Money in the Bank going pretty far in this one. Of course, I could be wrong, but that's my vote. Dre, Money in the Bank, loser leaves town.
I don't know how far Money in the Bank will go, but if it's not a sweep right now, I'm going to be surprised as shit. It's definitely Money in the Bank for me. Also, I love Rhea, but I don't think I still think Hater loves Charlotte. I think Charlotte's still the GOAT of women's wrestling right now.
Fair enough.
And I don't like her most of the time, but
she's incredibly talented. I think she's more talented than Rick. All right, there's spicy.
Damn.
No, I agree with that. Actually, I do. I agree with that. I'm not going to say that I'm an anti-Ric Flair guy. I am an anti-Ric Flair guy, but that's besides the point.
Well, that's because that flight. I know why you hate Ric Flair, because of that flight.
It's not only the flight. There's been other things with that too.
I just think he's overrated.
Yeah, that's the point I have too. Ric Flair is great on the mic.
Oh yeah, I just think he's not exciting in the ring.
He's still great on the mic, but as far as ring, the moment he lost to Shawn in his retirement match, that was it. That was it to the point. He every match he's had since then, the entire post-retirement matches where he never actually retires. Granted, it's wrestling; nobody ever really retires except for
Shawn. So far,
Shawn came back.
Yeah, Shawn came back. It was a terrible match.
But he hasn't wrestled a match though.
There's been others that just haven't.
I just kind of wish that y'all would have said that when Harvey was here.
I know. No. Harvey knows that I'm not a Ric Flair guy. Although I did in a previous bracket that came up, I did vote for a particular movie because of Ric Flair. That's because where his theme song comes from is Space Odyssey 2001. 2001 Space Odyssey. So I voted for that because of that. But Jay, is it Money in the Bank or Loser Leaves Town?
Oh, definitely Money in the Bank.
Casey.
So I believe I brought it up in group chat last night, and this is just another way of driving the point home. Like, I could see potentially on the horizon Ray versus Dom in a Loser Leaves Town match. And at the same time, all of us are educated enough to know if that was the case for Ray's last match, we all know good and hell well Ray's going to be putting Dom over, and because Dom ain't going nowhere.
No, Dom is. Dom actually won a Slammy Award today. For anybody who actually watched the Slammy Awards today, it was terrible. The entire Slammy Awards were terrible this year.
Horrible.
It was horrible.
It was so bad.
They had such promise, but it was done to comedic value instead of serious value, and it just was terrible. But Dom did win the Villain of the Year this year.
I think that's correct.
And it is complete. Like, there is nobody else in the contention that would have been anywhere close to him.
I would agree. There's nobody that has more heat in wrestling right now than Dominic Mysterio.
But what do you expect from the son of the greatest heel in wrestling history, Vicky Guerrero? I will die on that hill.
So yeah,
this is
Money in the Bank.
This is what I'm looking forward to. That's a 5-0, by the way. I personally think between Dom and Ray is going to be a mask slash like career. So career versus hair match, because and I brought this up last night, that it's going to be such to the point that Dom is going to say that the reason he's grown his hair out to be a mullet is because of his real dad,
Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah. So,
and also I want him to fucking shave his hair so bad. So I hope Ray wins that.
That's the thing though, is that there's going to be stakes on both sides. Everybody wants Dom to lose because he's a dipshit. He's really, really good. Actually, he's grown so much.
He has gotten.
He's
so much
fantastic.
better.
He knows his role really, really well.
Yeah, he
but
really does.
Everybody's going to want Ray to win that match, knowing that Ray's going to lose that match because it's just what it is. And the height and everything else on that one is going to be a proving point, and I'm waiting for that to happen. I hope it happens at like SummerSlam, to be honest. Just to take care of that. So
I hope I hope while Ray loses, he still beats the shit out of Dom afterwards and shaves his head. That would be perfect.
No, that'd be. I mean, it's a heel move, like at best. Right. Anyway, Money in the Bank moves on in another sweep. If it wasn't for my vote for the Fight Pit, that would have been 5 sweeps in a row. We'll be right back right after this break. The only person on here that is not in. Sorry, the only person on here is Bastard. That's me. I don't really have any ads to do. However, Nino's in comments. If you guys would like to answer this question, do you think there will be any surprises tonight? We're going to start with Dre. Dre, what's your answer to this?
There has to be, because there was none last night. Like, not a damn surprise. It was last night.
I mean, Sammy beat Gunther, so
that did surprise me.
I picked Sammy though. So again, me, everybody here outside of Josh was in the group chat during the matches, and I went undefeated in my picks. Yes, sir.
Nice. That's impressive.
Was it though? Because again, it's either I'm oppressive or WWE is very unpredictable.
That's fair. I did not think Sammy was going to beat Gunther. That was I jumped up and yelled and ran through my house. I'm surprised I didn't wake up my son.
I predicted it because Gunther needs a bigger belt.
That's fair.
Talent.
Well, I mean, I figured he was going to lose, but like I didn't think it was going to be against Sammy though. Sammy, like, Sammy's great, but I don't think he needs a title.
No, I don't. Either,
and there's people like that who don't really need a title. Macho Man was one of those people. Jake the Snake Roberts really didn't need a title. People like that, they're great.
Never needed a title.
They're great people. They just don't need the title for it.
And I understand that part, but my thing is, you need someone to take it off of him, off of Gunther.
And that was a banger of a match too.
It really was. The thing is, though, is that there are a lot of other people that would have helped their career tremendously to take it off of him. Much like
Uso.
Jay Uso would have been the best option. Currently, I would have had some like one of the younger ones because this streak is not going to be beaten for a very long time.
Yeah,
and the fact that it ended on 666, they're going to have that number in the record books for a long time. And, like, they couldn't have waited to the next pay-per-view or something like that just so they don't have that number or something in there. Like there's just so many things there. Braun Breaker. To be honest, if I could pick anybody to defeat him that would logically be sound to beat him, it would have been Braun Breaker. That guy, that would have been a push and a half. And to be honest, I wouldn't even have it as a legitimate match. I would have had it like a Goldberg match type thing, where he comes up, where entire Breaker comes up and Gunther's doing like an open challenge type thing, and because he's beaten everybody, including Sammy at this point, and he's been getting more and more arrogant to this point, where you have Braun come up and just beat the living crap out of him, do like 2 spears in a row back to back, especially going off those ropes, and just knocking freaking Gunther out, pinning him real quick. You know how much that would have improved Breaker's stake in the company on that one from fans wise?
It would
That's a
have
historic.
I don't hate this idea at all.
Into the world heavyweight scene, that hurts
Yeah.
Gunther beating him that bad. And we've seen that happen.
No, because the thing is though, is with it being an open challenge, he had no time to prep for that. He had absolutely no time to prep for that.
I disagree with you. I disagree. I'll give you a couple of reasons. One, what Josh just said, what Jay just said, with Gunther, if you get beat that bad by a rookie like that, and you just had it's basically a Honky Tonk Man all over again.
Mm-hmm.
And you have this long reign, and then fucking Osman Ware comes out and do his and then wins, and then Hudson Man is no more of that. You don't hear from Hudson Man after that shit. Gunther had this long reign. Someone needed to get him out with. Sammy was actually to me it was actually a good pick to get him off of that belt. And then Gunther can go after whoever he wants to because he's fucking Gunther. He's probably the best in-ring wrestler that we have right now. So I actually don't mind it being. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, with Freddie and Casey said that Uso probably should have won it. Probably should have won it actually. Chad Gable Gunther 3 because Chad Gable Gunther 2 was fucking amazing, by the way. A banger of a fucking match. But Chad Gable and Gunther 3 would have been nice as well. But he needed to get it off. He needed to get off him so he can go after bigger things. He needed it. And I didn't think that Sammy was that bad of a choice to have it. The fans like him, they backed him. The story inside the ring was fucking amazing for it. Yeah, I think.
I'm not gonna lie. Gable and Gunther 3 would have stolen the fucking show last night.
It would have. I think that was the biggest problem too. Is we had this build up that made it really seem like they were building towards Gable and Gunther 3, and then all of a sudden it got shifted to Sammy, and I think we were all just kind of caught off guard by that.
Well, yeah, but now we have the seeds of Gable and Sammy. I mean, Gable being jealous.
Yeah.
Now we have
I was predicting the heel turn last night. So
yeah. Now we have the build up to a great rivalry between Sammy and Chad Gable, which is going to be a banger of a rivalry.
And that's true too. Also, remember though, in the dirt sheets, this was supposed to be Gunther versus Brock. Remember that was supposed to be the match for WrestleMania. It was supposed to be Gunther versus Brock, but Brock keep sticking his dick where he's not supposed to, and this shit happened. So, I mean, I thought it was a really good pick for Sammy to win this personally, story wise.
anyway, Jay, do you have any surprises in mind for tomorrow? Or sorry, for tonight?
Yeah, definitely, man. I mean, I expect to see Cena. I expect to see Stone Cold. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a couple other surprise wrestlers show up. And, you know, I'll be shocked if we don't see a cash in.
I'll be shocked as hell. That's one thing that, like I said, and my picks for tonight for the championship belt, I don't have a winner. I just have cash in. that's what I have, cash in. I'll be surprised as hell if the cash in doesn't happen.
All right, Casey? You're on mute, sir.
So yeah, I'm going to second what Ray said. And for those of you guys who saw the picks go up, I circled fucking Drew beating Seth tonight, but I also added the stipulation in that I think there's going to be a cash in, and Priest is going to walk out with the belt. I like that whole concept that was thrown out last night about potentially I was screwed by Roman lumberjack match. Basically, everybody that's been screwed by Roman in the last 8 years circling the ring and basically keeping the bloodline out of the ring, therefore forcing tonight to be one-on-one. And then you can have Austin lead out Cena and KO and Seth and everybody that's been beaten by Roman since Roman won the belt. And they can keep it basically to a one-on-one fair 50-50 match so that Cody can have his moment and beat Roman and take the title off him clean. And that way, then Cody still doesn't have to look. As somebody else who no longer is on this episode said, weak by having helped to win his title. He's doing it one-on-one because everybody kept the bloodline out and made it one-on-one. So, but
Well, and the only way that flies is if everybody attacks Cody first, but then gets taken out, because you have Austin to take out The Rock, you have Cena to take out Solo. Jay and Jimmy will cancel each other out. So the only real person you have left would be Heyman. But there's also rumors of another Samoan coming down the line.
Mm-hmm.
So from New Japan.
Futu. I forgot his name. Futu, Mutu. I forgot his name.
Fatu.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking
Is
about.
it Zilla?
No, it's
No, it's not
pretty
too
sure
late.
it's Fatu. But the point is, though, is that so you have him as a contender as well coming in, who's not part of the bloodline, but still there to affect. So is he coming in to help Jay or Jimmy in that entire situation, which will turn the tide? And there's a whole bunch of people that Roman can still face. Roman's losing tonight. That's my prediction, but I can see this entire thing being a major clusterfuck, and I am all for it.
Well, the whole point that I have, though, is that no matter how you look at it, nobody that gets involved tonight touches Roman.
No,
whether the bloodline gets involved and touches Cody, that's fine. And that can trigger everybody else coming out, but nobody can touch Roman, because if anybody touches Roman, that puts the big question mark over Cody's head. Well, Cody won because Cena hit an AA on Roman. Stone Cold Steve Austin hit a freaking stunner on Roman. So,
see,
whatever it does, it has to be clean.
I disagree with that, because I mean, last year Roman won because of Samoa Spike. If somebody hits Cody, I think it'd be 1,000% fair if everybody that they fucked, that the bloodline fucked over, hit their finisher moves on Roman Reigns. I want to see Cena do an AA. I want to see stunner from Stone Cold and KO. I want to see an RKO from
Randy
Orton. Like, I want to see everybody that they fucked over hit their finishing moves on Roman, and then he loses the belt. That would be so fucking satisfying to me.
So, question, Dre. Then, if you want to do all of that, do you shock the world and have Dustin show up and be involved as well? I know Dustin's under contract with AEW, and the odds of that happening are so fucking long that it probably won't happen. But at the same time, if you want to make that moment that much more sincere, do you Triple H and Tony get together and agree that, okay, Cody's winning tonight, why not let the brothers have their moment in the ring as Cody's winning the title tonight?
The only way that would be possible. The only way that would be possible if on announced desk they announce where he's from, because one of the problems that Triple H especially has is mentioning the other company. They keep saying from over there or the other company in the past, stuff like that. They never actually mention it by name. However,
except for one moment, you're forgetting about Jordan Grace. They mentioned
which was not from AEW.
It was AEW. There was TNA. Maybe TNA. That was
AEW is the direct competition to WWE.
That's the point.
TNA is not.
They're not only
TNA is not competition to WWE.
They're not only not indirect company. They're actually at this point kind of partners. There have been rumors about them not joining companies, but kind of going back and forth and sending people from WWE over there and sending people from over there to like WWE, because TNA is kind of floundering right now. So, and I can't wait till September because I actually get to meet Jordan Grace. So I'm looking forward to that. And Jake the Snake Roberts as well. Going to join my wall of pictures. Last but not least, Josh, you have anything on this one?
Yeah, I think we are going to see the debut of a new Samoan, but I think they're going to be fighting the bloodline. I think they're going to come in on the side of Cody.
There we go. All right, Nino. I hope that answers your question. Back to the show. Welcome back for round two, for the second half of round one. It looks like Josh starts us off on this one. Is it an ambulance match or a stretcher match?
Well, that's the perfect matchup. Was that random?
No. Speaking of, all of these matches were they were on a list that I got from Bleacher Report, but they were all hand selected and paired up by me. So if the entire "fuck you, Freddie" rule does definitely apply.
That's fair. I think this is going to be pretty obvious, but I think the whole addition of the ambulance adds a whole level of danger to the match. Basically a big ass weapon. I have to go ambulance match.
Ambulance match gets a vote on that one. I consider these matches pretty much the same damn thing. However, I do love the fact that if you strap somebody to a stretcher and then pick up the stretcher and slam the stretcher up against a wall, it's effective television. It really is. It is effective freaking. The ambulance match does have the entire finality, same thing as a casket match, where once the doors are shut, and you still have the ability to put your hand in between the doors to make sure that it's a little bit more of a tension point. So I am torn between the two of them. I will, however, be going with stretcher match just to keep it intriguing. Dre.
These are the same fucking matches. I want to say that right now. Yeah, the same. Just like Casket, Burried Alive is literally the same fucking matches.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I can't give you this to you anymore because Freddie's not here. So I'm just going to choose what you choose. So I am going to go stretcher match as you did. Wow. Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
Jay, is it stretcher match or the ambulance match?
I'm going ambulance match just because I think there's more components to play with. So you have more moments that you can do in the match, including the ambulance can have a stretcher that the person's taped to and slammed against things. So that's why I'm going with ambulance.
Which means it is a tie-breaking decision coming down to Casey. Casey, with this tie-breaking decision, you have the ability to know who is facing in the next round. Do you want this option?
Yes.
It is either stretcher match or ambulance match going up against casket match in the next round.
So literally by your own definition of the word, you have the finality of the casket slamming versus the finality of the ambulance door slamming.
Yep.
If I go that way.
Either way is your call.
Fuck it, why not? Let's go with ambulance versus casket match. But I agree with what everybody said. This is basically the same.
I'm a fan of Jay's point of view on this one, where the ambulance match can have a stretcher involved with it. So technically, it's just an extension of a stretcher match. But there's that. I start this one off, and it is either the Battle Royal. I should have saved this for Dre. It's either the regular Battle Royal or the ladder match. Since Dre voted with me last time because he didn't care, I'm going to vote for Dre on this time, and I will be going with ladder match. Dre.
No, he fucked up if I switch my pick. No, but no, I'm going what I said. Fucking all battle royals are horrible. And there's my iconic moments in ladder matches. Don't Edge, all the kind of good shit. Fucking, so yeah, I'm going to go ladder matches here.
It gets a vote. Jay.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Dre mostly, and that outside of the Rumble, I don't like battle royals. You know, there's spots. That's what it is. It's a big spot fest. You know, you're not going to see good in-ring wrestling usually in a battle royal, except for maybe at the beginning and towards the end. So, ladder matches, however, man, they're spot fest too, but they're iconic spot fest. I mean, the one with Shawn Michaels.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, ladder match gets my vote.
Gets the vote and the win off of that one, Casey.
I think you're muted there, Casey.
Yeah, I think you're mute, sir.
I was saying all the time with a ladder match would put me to sleep. I recall several times a battle royal put me to sleep, so I'll go with ladder match.
Gets a vote, and Josh finishes out.
I mean, my second favorite match of all time is the Money in the Bank ladder match. The ladder match is just the, smaller version of that. Got to go ladder match, 100%.
5-0 ladder match moves on to the next round. Dre starts us off on this one. It is either from TNA, the Ultimate X match, or from WWF, WWE, one of those. I can't remember when it came out. The Punjabi Prison match.
Oh, god damn, another fucking match is horrible. Oh, God, this is pure easy right here. If it's not a sweep, I'm going to be surprised. It is the Ultimate X match. X matches are fantastic. If you're a true wrestling fan, you see them things. Those are, if Josh says spot fest, you can say the spot fest, but they are amazing spot fest, though. You can do what they can do, the exhibition can do in those things are amazing. The Punjabi Prison matches, there was 2 or 3 of them, always fucking horrible, especially the last one. Especially the last one. That one with Jinder Mahal and Randy Orton was horrible. It was fucking bad. So yes, I'm going Ultimate X right there.
Ultimate X gets a vote on that one, Jay.
Yeah, I gotta agree. I mean, it's once again one of those ones on paper. It sounds great. It looks cool, but like the Dog Talk from Hell match, it just doesn't work. So I am going with Ultimate X. Ultimate X is amazing. It's fantastic. I enjoy watching those matches on TNA.
Casey.
I cannot recall ever there being a good Punjabi Prison match, even if there's only been 3 or 4 of them in the history of the company.
Wrong button. Sorry.
Ultimate X is entertaining as shit every damn time. So, Ultimate X.
It gets a vote and the win off of that one. Josh.
So here's the thing. I never really watched TNA. It wasn't really my thing. Having said that, my best friend is Punjabi. Even having said that, no fucking way am I going to pick the Punjabi Prison match. It's even the clips, and I have seen a few of the actual full matches from the Ultimate X. It's incredible. So Ultimate X for sure.
Ultimate X didn't get the sweep on this one. I do like the Punjabi Prison match as a concept, but
yes,
the problem is that they surrounded it with like bamboo and shit. If they would have just had it as like a normal prison match and had like barbed wire up top and had the still have the double rings and still have the doors. One of the problems with a cage match is that the main door, the big ass door, is open half the time. So I'm sitting there going, it's like, what's the point of having a cage even if the door's open and the main point is to escape the cage type thing?
Yeah.
I do love how there's time limits on the entire Punjabi Prison match, where once it's opened, you only have like a minute to get out of it before it's locked for good type thing, and you have like 4 opportunities. I love the concept of this match. However, there's a big difference between concept and conclusion.
And execution, yeah.
The way they did, and they didn't change it either. That's the problem, is it? And then they had one of the matches included the Big Show. How in the hell is the Big Show going to fit through one of these holes? Like, and they've proven that too during the match. It's like you couldn't fit through that hole. He couldn't fit through that hole, so there's no way he's going to win anyway. And then they ended up having not Jinder Mahal, but
Great Khali.
yeah, thank you, the Great Khali interfere in it. Like, so they kind of brought their own detriment to the actual match itself. Great concept, terrible conclusion. Ultimate X, however, if anybody out there has never watched TNA, go to YouTube, because there's a whole bunch of stuff on YouTube for TNA. Watch an Ultimate X match, especially one of the older ones, because they've kind of toned them down in the last couple of years, but where these matches are horrendous but freaking fantastic. And I am here for it all damn day. Ultimate X gets my vote. It is a 5-0. Moves on to face 3-2 the next round. Jay starts us off. Is it? It's a Cody Rhodes special. Is it the dog collar match or the strap match?
It's the same match.
Well, I'm going with the strap match. Now, are we talking about the traditional style strap match where you have to touch each corner of the ring, or just they're strapped together and it's by pinfall or submission?
You know what? I think that'd be up to you, because they're both considered strap matches on this one.
Yeah, I like the strap match a lot better than the dog collar match. You know, if I had to pick one, I'll pick the strap match.
Strap match gets a vote. Casey?
God, there have been some iconic matches in both of these categories. You can go back to Roddy Piper versus Greg Valentine. Hashtag, yes, it's old school. But that dog collar match from back in the NWA was bloody as hell. There have been great fucking dog collar matches recently, even hashtag Cody Rhodes. But strap match, I'm going to go with strap match only because I feel like there's been more iconic strap matches throughout the history of the match than dog collar. So we'll go strap match.
Strap match gets a vote on that one. Josh?
I got to be honest, I've never liked either one of these matches. I don't know. It takes away from I don't know, even a basic move, you have to do it a little bit different because you're all connected. I don't know. It makes it look sloppy in my opinion. But I'll go with strap match. It is a better match in my opinion anyways.
Gets a vote and the win off of that one. I'm going to go with strap match as well, mainly because wrestling is kind of made for pops as well. And one of the biggest pop, as far as the sound goes, is a strap going against somebody else's backside.
Oh,
ask Cody Rhodes last night.
Yeah, dude,
yeah.
he got blasted, and that was a sound that echoed in a crowd of 70,000 people. That shit echoed. So I'm gonna go with strap match as well, just for that sound. Dre, finish this out.
Y'all damn on. y'all damn on. Fucking dog collar matches are amazing, and maybe because I'm more brutal than most people, and I love seeing blood. Dog collar matches are fucking great, especially the last one with CM Punk and MJF. That's one I watched. That was fucking chef kiss. There's a lot of blood into it. I mean, if you don't like blood and shit like that, then not for you. But that was rated R when everything else pitched 13. But I'm more for the horribleness of matches. I'm more for seeing a lot of blood, a lot of that kind of shit like that. And dog collar matches is right in my alley. So I'm not a sweep at all. I'm going dog collar match.
It gets a vote. 4-1 moves on to face 5-0 in the next round. Casey starts us off. Is it for Jeremy, for our really, really weird bastard at times? Is it the pillow fight or the bra and panties match?
How the hell I get stuck with the fucking second?
Somebody had to start this one off, and it just happened to be you. Look at it this way: if Harvey was still here, it wouldn't have flowed this way, or not. If it would have been 7 people instead of 5 people, it wouldn't have come to you.
True. So I'll blame
So
Harvey.
You could always blow your load.
you could
I mean,
blow
you're
your load
doing
or
these
I mean,
steal a vote.
some perverts do when they watch the matches.
It would be a good
Very
time to
good
blow your
point.
load. Just
And on a sex matchup, I think I will be blowing my load.
Casey has decided to blow his load on this one. Josh, is it bra and panties or a pillow fight?
I was talking earlier about stakes, and I think the bra and panties match certainly had more stakes, and the ending, in my opinion, was more how can I say, the satisfying. So I got to go bra and panties. Plus,
Well,
Stacey Keebler. Come on.
Well, there might not be stakes involved, but there's definitely some beating of meats.
Hey-o.
Hey-o.
I'm gonna go bra and panties as well. This is or as I wrote in our list, the removal of clothing match, but it will be forever bra and panties. Good news is I don't see this making out of the second round, so there's that one. Dre, is it bra and panties or a pillow fight?
I'm going pillow fight here only because the women what they wear now is basically bra and panties. It doesn't have the same effect to me as right now. And pillow fight is a bullshit match anyway. But both are bullshit matches. But because of the shit they wear now, it's basically like bra and panties. So I'm going to go pillow fight.
Pillow fight gets a vote. Jay.
Don't do it, Josh.
See, I'm going the opposite direction for the same reason.
Wait, hold on, Josh. Wait, I'm going to stop you and I completely forgot. If Casey would not have said something, I would have totally forgot about this. Casey did blow his load, and if you been paying attention, you would realize that bra and panties is up by 1 right now, which means if you go for pillow fight, it will be a tie-breaking decision going down to Casey. Again, if Casey would have kept his mouth shut and didn't say anything about what the count was, I wouldn't have mentioned this. But if you go with pillow fight, Casey will, after blowing his load, have to make the tie-breaking decision on this.
Which is always
not
fun.
not to influence your decision, just giving you some more information.
As much as I want to make Casey squirm, I gotta go with the bra and panty match. For the simple fact that with the pillow fight match, they were already in lingerie. And part of the fun of the bra and panty match is watching it was the anticipation of seeing what they had on. Like when Ivory was in the right to censor and she was forced into one, and then it was hilarious because she was wearing like granny panties. Or the one time that they had excuse me, with Vicky Guerrero, she was in it, and so it's just one of those funny things where it's not always have to be a sexy thing; it can be used to tell a good storyline.
Why did they never have Santina Morella compete in one?
Didn't they have him in one when he was pretending to be his niece or sister or cousin or whatever?
Sister.
Him, sir. That was a beautiful woman. Anyways.
Oh, excuse me.
I mean, don't get me wrong. She would have filled it out a little bit more differently than the other ones would have, but that's not the point.
I think it's just a travesty anyways that both of these made in here, and the used to be annual Gravy Bowl match didn't make it. Because, here in the King that was a highlight of Thanksgiving. But yeah, bra and panty matches, those get my win on this one.
It does get that vote and the win off of that one. Casey, you blew your load. What is your final vote?
I'll go with a pillow fight, only because it really doesn't matter.
3-2 moves on to
both are
3-2.
horrible.
3-2 faces on a 5-0 on the next round. It looks like Josh starts us off on this one. Is it from GCW? Is it Fans Bring Weapons match, or from WWE, the Tables, Ladders, and Chairs match?
Man, the TLC match. I mean, I'm going with that. Fans Bring Weapon is a very cool idea. I mean, I could see that being awesome. However, the TLC match, and the one I think of immediately is Cena versus Edge. That match is absolutely fucking incredible. In my opinion, John Cena's greatest match of all time, and one of Edge's, one of them. So I have to give it to TLC.
TLC gets a vote. I'm gonna bring it to Fans Bring Weapons on this one. One of the things about the TLC match is that you have tables, ladders, and chairs, and a lot of matches. They may not be called the TLC match, but they bring them out all the time, so it's kind of overdone. However, fans are assholes. They really are. Fans can be major dicks when it comes to this, because they bring like Legos and like bags of Legos and a whole bunch of other stuff that are not gimmicked, and they hurt like a bitch. And to have the wrestlers think on the fly like this is just fantastic. I'm gonna give it to
How the hell are you gonna gimmick a fucking Lego?
You can't gimmick Legos. The only way you can gimmick Legos is if you have to take every single piece of Lego to a sander and just sand off the corners a little bit so it doesn't hurt as much, but it's still gonna hurt no matter what.
Oh yeah,
it's just what it is. Dre, is it Fans Bring Weapons or the TLC match?
So I'd never heard of a Fans Bring Weapons match. Never heard of one. I feel like that's me. Even me being dangerous and like love dangerous matches and from the ECW fucking era, I have to think that's a dangerous match right there. that is a concept that could be the one of the most dangerous of all time.
Do you remember the entire pizza cutter incident
for ECW?
No, GCW. Where the entire death match thing with Nick Cage and I want to call him Matt Stryker, but it's not Matt Stryker. Zack Ryder's person.
Matt Cardona.
Yeah, thank you. I couldn't get rid of Stryker for some reason, but the match between Cardona and that one with the entire pizza cutter type thing where he got his face cut open by a pizza cutter very, very famously. That was a fan brings weapons match.
Okay, well, yeah, not that one. TLC is a staple. I'm going to go TLC. Yeah.
TLC gets a vote. Jay, the TLC or Fans Bring Weapons?
Oh man, I'm going TLC all day. I remember the genesis of that match with the very first one. It was amazing. You know, I mean, ladder matches are great, but then when you add the chairs and you add the tables, and considering two of the best matches I've ever seen were the first and second TLC, it's why I'm picking that one.
TLC gets a vote and the win off of that one. Casey, finish us out.
TLC, and after that, TLC.
4-1 moves on to the next round. Faces a 5-0. Looks like I start this one off. It's either a steel cage match or the VKM special, the Kiss My Ass match. Let it be known, I'm voting for the match and not the person who it's mostly gone off of. I'm gonna go with the Kiss My Ass match, just because I love trailer park television. This is so bad, and I've already made my points known about the entire steel cage having multiple flaws and everything else in it. So at least a Kiss My Ass match has, as Josh would say, stakes to it. A little bit better, worse stakes to it. I'm gonna go with that one. It's gonna be a 4-1, and I'm okay with that. But still, Dre, is it steel cage or Kiss My Ass?
I am definitely going to hope it's a 4-1. Kiss My Ass match was fucking stupid. They were. It's horrible. All right, and Harvey asked me what was a better old school thing than new school thing, and I actually like steel cage, the '90s version of steel cage, where it wasn't pins. You had to escape the steel cage.
Yeah.
I like those steel cage matches better than you get pinned. Because if for all that shit, you might as well go to the Hell in a Cell. Escape the fucking escape. So I'm gonna go with steel cage matches.
Steel cage gets a vote. Jay?
No, I 100% agree with Dre that in the application of escape the cage, steel cage matches, they're amazing. This new stuff with the pinning and submissions in the ring, even though you're surrounded by the cage, I don't like it. But the old school application of it, man, it's top notch.
Gets a vote. Casey?
I'm not gonna lie. I had a blonde moment when you said BKM and thought, when did the Voodoo Kin Mafia? But yeah, I will not say the correct thing for that name, but I'm going to throw it back to the fact that fucking War Games matches used to not be fucking have pinfalls involved in at all. You had to beat your opponent into a submission or a surrender to get the win. So, but at the end of the day, it's steel cage and not anything created by the Voodoo Kin Mafia.
And Josh finishes out. Is it Kiss My Ass or steel cage match?
Oh, I mean, it's absolutely steel caged.
Moves on 4-1, faces another 4-1. Odd note, both of the ones in the 4-1s were voted by me.
That's right.
It doesn't surprise me.
I keep knocking over my shit. My bad.
Dre finishes out round one. Is it the I Quit match or the Last Man Standing match?
Oh my God.
That's actually, for the first time in a few times, I'm going to say fuck you, Freddie, because that's
Yeah,
actually
fuck
pretty
you,
good.
Freddie. Absolutely.
I say, why do you think I made it to go last?
That's the best matchup in the first round. Period. I Quit match versus Last Man Standing. Jesus, oh God.
Only one load's been blown.
No, I'm not about my low yet, but I am going to go. So it's something that intrigued me more than. But God damn it! All right, I'm going to go out quick. I was going to go Last Man Standing, but I'm going to quit. Only taking for account what I just saw AEW versus Christian versus Edge. Christian versus Edge AEW I Quit match was actually pretty good. This man brought out a spike 2x4 and hit him in the nuts with it. So yeah, I'm going to go I Quit match just for that match that I just saw.
I Quit gets a vote on that one, Jay.
Yeah, that's a hard one. I mean, it could go either way. They both are great for storytelling. The stakes, as Josh says, involved in both matches are fantastic. And I've seen some really good ones recently from both sides. You know what? I'm just going to pick the opposite one just to keep it interesting. So Dre picked I Quit. I'm going to go ahead and pick Last Man Standing.
Casey.
So I think one of the things that always makes me enjoy an I Quit match more than a Last Man Standing match is when you get the referee, take the damn microphone and stick it in the person's face and ask them if they quit. And some of the off the wall shit that comes out of somebody, like there could be somebody in a fucking sharpshooter in excruciating pain. We'll take, for example, say like Triple H in the DX era being submitted in an I Quit match, and the referee asks him if he quits, sticks the microphone in his face, and he'll literally scream, "Suck it!" And what? And they'll accept that as a no. I'm not submitting. I mean, it's just it can get hilarious at times. So I'm going to go with I Quit.
I Quit gets another one. It is 2-1. Josh.
So was it not an I Quit match where they had Bob Backlund compete in, and when they asked him if he quit, all he could say was
Yeah, WrestleMania 11, yes.
That's much of a surprise now here. The foot and mouth match. Fuck, the foot and mouth match between Bob Backlund and Bret Hart. that was actually
Jerry Lawler and Bret Hart.
Was Bob Backlund?
Oh man, you know what? I was gonna really fuck over Freddie and tie it up. You know what? I am. I'm gonna say Last Man Standing. But
yeah, I am personally okay with that one because to be honest, I had I Quit in my mind since we started it.
Yeah.
Like I do like the Last Man Standing match for the premise and a lot of the ways that they've gotten out of the entire end of them, like just rolling out of the ring or rolling off of something and just letting their feet hit the ground. I also love how a lot of the same ways they've created a win. I remember I think it was John Cena and Big Show where John Cena duct taped Big Show's feet together to the or his feet around the post and hung him outside the ring so he couldn't. No, I'm pretty sure that was Big Show and Cena. But it may have done multiple times, but that's the one in my head. Yeah. And I could be wrong. It probably was Batista. I keep thinking it's the Big Show for some reason. But then again, I think it'd be hard to get Big Show's feet around that. So, but
them putting the whole ring on Brock.
I do love the I Quit match for just the audacity of having somebody just finally say like, yeah, this is it. Like I can't. Whatever. And the I Quit match is always something that is done as the final beat. Like you can't just jump into an I Quit match, which is one of the reasons why I think the Adam Copeland versus Christian thing shouldn't have happened yet. I think that should have been a match that was a little bit farther down the road. I agree with the match. I agree with it happening. Just I would have done it. Still, I would have had other matches in between that, because an I Quit match is like a finality type thing.
My thing about that match is what you just said is that they already had two big matches already.
But it's still it's two.
I think that they're going to stop it. Adam already said he's on his last leg, so he's going to keep that off from doing that. Let him battle everybody else and call it a day. I don't think he's going to have a match with him again.
Yeah.
Either way,
I think Christian's on his best run of his entire career. So I don't know.
It does make a really, really good matchup coming up in the second round. We'll be right back right after this break. The four of you are not bastards, so at least according to the actual bastard thing. So all four of you have ads to do. Dre, do you want to go first?
Yep. So I'm ready.
Dre, what you up to this week?
Masturbators, we do brackets kind of like this, but definitely different. Take 104 things. Take 104 things, and we keep going until there's a winner. And then we have the drafts episodes live on Tuesdays, where we take something with pop culture or anime, as Josh did it, and we draft the best of different subjects. So check us out. Tuesdays and whenever I do it live, and then on any podcast network, Spotify, Apple Network, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
And it's a very special returning guest today, Josh, or Jay, for today's thing. What you been up to?
Yo, so you can check me out every other Saturday, including this upcoming Saturday, doing my thing with Toontastic Journeys, me and my co-host CJ, where we review cartoons both old and new, using an adult perspective. We talk about the good, the bad, have a lot of fun with it. Our last episode, we did Steven Universe. This new one, we're doing the Steven Universe movie in the follow-up series, Steven Universe Future. And then you can find me on Fridays doing the season-to-season podcast. We have Game of Thrones coming up pretty soon, and that's going to be a good one. So make sure to check it out. You can find both of them anywhere you can find podcasts, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and so forth.
And Casey is a returning guest. He hasn't been here for a minute. So, Casey, what you been up to?
2 minutes, by the way. We interrupt this episode of Bracket Bastard to let you all know that an evening at movies drops each and every Wednesday morning, bright and fucking early. We are currently in the midst of movies that everybody should see once in their lifetime. As well, in the month of May, we will be talking about superheroes, and then this summer we will be talking about 40-year-old movies from 1984. We're going to have lots of fun, and as well, as soon as we can get the guests to get to watch it, we will be talking The Iron Claw on an evening at the movies as well. So lots of fun, and also at the same time, yes, also part of season to season with Dre and Josh and CJ as well. And Literature Reapers will be making its return in the very near future. Now that I have a full-time job, I only have limited time to record. So as soon as I can get myself and Amanda and Shanna on the same page on a Sunday or a Monday, we will be bringing Literature Reapers back for everybody. So stay tuned, check us out. All shows can be found wherever you get your podcast listening fix. We now return you to your regularly scheduled. Fuck you, Freddie.
And from one very busy guest to another very busy guest, Josh, what you been up to?
A little bit of everything. You can catch me at conventions all over the Midwest with my regular job. I make props and that kind of thing. And every week, unless it's WrestleMania, you can catch me on the Asylum with Harley and Joker. And that's about it right now, but you can also catch me at my own house taking care of a 3-year-old, so that's fun.
Speaking of, if you guys did not catch the entire Ginger conversation that we were having last week, it is all at the end of the episode after the disclaimer. You can catch the entire thing in its entirety. Welcome back for round 2. It looks like Jay would be starting us off, but he's not in right now. So looks like Casey starts. Oh, there you are. Looks like Jay starts us off right now, and it is either the casket match or the ambulance match.
I'm going to go with the casket match. I mean, they both have very similar concepts of once the door is closed, it's over. But I feel like the casket match is a bit more iconic.
Casket match gets a vote. Casey?
I would complain about this matchup, but at the end of the day, I was a tiebreaker that made this matchup. So to steal a phrase from a very notable podcast network, I did make these rankings. So I'm going to go with the casket match, though. I think Jay is pretty much spot on. I think the casket match is a little bit more iconic than an ambulance match. But next.
Gets another one. Josh?
I know for drama's sake, I should probably give ambulance match a vote, but I got to be honest here. I didn't really care about the whole ambulance versus stretcher match, and so I definitely have to go casket here.
Gets a vote and the win. I'm gonna go ambulance match off of this one, just for the simple fact of what Jay said before about the entire there's so many other tools and stuff inside the ambulance and attached to the gimmick of that could be used as far as weapons and stuff like that. As far as the casket goes, you have pretty much a casket and a shovel, maybe a headstone that you can break off of somebody, which is going to be styrofoam for safety protections, but stuff like that. So the ambulance man gets my vote, but Dre, finish this out.
It's definitely casket match. And first, both matches suck. Just saying that right now. But for iconic purposes, I'm going to go casket match.
Casket match gets a vote and the win off of that one. Casey starts us off. Is it Ultimate X from TNA or the Elimination Chamber?
Ooh, that sucks for that one.
I'm gonna go with Ultimate X.
Gets a vote, Josh.
So I was writing notes about the last matchup. It was Ultimate X versus what?
Elimination Chamber.
Oh, then it's Elimination Chamber. Like I said, my favorite gimmick match of all time. So Elimination Chamber for sure.
I'm going to go with Elimination Chamber as well. I do like the Ultimate X match, but I'm a bigger fan of WWE over TNA. So I've seen a lot more Elimination Chamber matches than the Ultimate X match. The Ultimate X matches, and I also know the Ultimate X matches has been getting weaker and weaker as time has gone on, because of the stuff that they can and cannot do within in the ring legally, since they have different ownership and stuff like that throughout the years, and they've been going through a whole bunch of different owners. Elimination Chamber has upgraded itself multiple times from the actual inception of it, and they've been doing a whole bunch of other cool shit and surprises. And the fact that Otis now got speared through the outside of the ring through the pod is still one of my favorite oops moments of all time, because from what I read, that wasn't actually supposed to happen. Elimination Chamber gets my vote. Dre, Elimination Chamber, Ultimate X.
I love Ultimate X matches. I really, really do. But there's no way it can be up there with Elimination Chamber matches. So I'm going to go EM for Elimination Chamber.
Elimination Chamber gets the vote and the win off of that one. Jay.
Yeah, I'm going Elimination Chamber.
4-1. Elimination Chamber moves on to the next round. Josh starts us off. Is it the Bra and Panty match or the Royal Rumble?
Oh, come on. Fuck you, Freddie. No, I'm just kidding. Listen, what guy doesn't like a good old bra and panty match? But I gotta say, Royal Rumble's obviously, like, if this doesn't get a sweep, I'm leaving.
I mean, like I said, this is like I said before. I didn't see Bra and Panties getting out of the second round anyway. So Royal Rumble gets my vote, hands down. Dre, Royal Rumble, Bra and Panties.
If you want to see Bra and Panties in a Royal Rumble, just watch the women's Royal Rumble. I mean, listen, guys, true. It's basically a form of that. All right? And I mean, that has to be the Royal Rumble. It has to be.
Gets another one and the win off of that one. Jay, Royal Rumble, Bra and Panties.
Look, the Royal Rumble's great. I love it. I look forward to it every year. However, it's also getting my vote.
Well done,
Casey finishes out.
I mean, I almost thought we were gonna have to fucking call a board meeting and fucking vote Toontastic out of the fucking.
I was about to be like,
I mean, Josh was about ready to fuck around and find out, but yeah, it's a fucking Royal Rumble.
Royal Rumble moves on 5-0 to the next round. Looks like I start this one off. Is either, and these two match types are pretty much the same thing. The fact that it ended up like this is not my fault at all, because I was the only person to vote for the opposite ones of both of these. It's either Hell in a Cell or a steel cage match? I'm gonna go with Hell in the Cell just because, dear God, he's been broken in half.
He's been broken.
That is the only. It's one of my favorite calls of all time too. So Hell in the Cell gets my vote
because he is the best commentator and wrestling commentator of all time. There's no better wrestler. I would debate that to anybody. There's no better cuss commentator than Jim Ross.
Not according to the commentators.
No fucking question.
Cole is the GOAT.
Michael
Cole gets a lot of shit, but Michael Cole is really good.
Look, I have a huge appreciation for Michael Cole and what he does, but yeah, no, he's like near a far second to JR.
There's no better commentator than JR. There really not.
I couldn't agree more.
I don't know. I say neither one of them is one of my current favorite ones. My favorite one is from what is it? Vic Joseph. I think it's Vic Joseph. He's in he
from
commentates.
NXT?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's him. They keep switching people out there, but he's still one of my favorite ones right there because he's getting to the point that he's getting sick and tired of taking Booker T shit because Booker T doesn't know what the hell he's talking about half the time, but he's a legend, so you're just sitting there, what the fuck? And then he's going there, it's like just go with it, just whatever, and it makes me laugh every time.
Hot take: Booker T, one of the worst commentators I've ever seen in my life.
No, I agree with that.
Oh yeah,
one of the worst fucking commentators. Also, he just steals people's shit, chucking the crack package from a different person. He just stole that shit. Oh my god, he's the worst. He's fucking horrible.
I like Booker as a wrestler, but as a commentator, Jesus, yeah, it's no bueno.
Bread, no water, just meat. I don't know how many times this guy said that in a night.
Shucky ducky quack quack.
There's
so many dumb things. Like you kind of have to put it on mute half the time, and I would much rather have Vic Joseph and Wade Barrett down there.
Dude, Wade Barrett is underrated. That guy is awesome.
Wade Barrett is very, very underrated as far as like commentary goes.
That's why he's SmackDown now. Wade Barrett.
I'm still waiting for Wade Barrett to come like out of retirement and just start whooping
bringing
people's
us bad news again. God damn it. Anyways.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, that's what it is. Hell in a Cell gets my vote on that one over Steel Cage. Dre.
Yeah, it's definitely Hell in a Cell. I mean, again, because again, they changed the rules for Hell in a Cell. I mean, sorry, they changed the rule for Steel Cage. If you're not going to have them try to escape the cage, you don't need a steel cage. You must just put them in Hell in a Cell. And that's my thing. Especially, and then you got iconic moments just like JR. Oh, he just broke in half. Oh, that killed him. We actually thought he died. We actually thought Mick Foley fucking died. All right. Also, again, I mean, that's old school. I'm going to go a little new school because, again, I'm going to say Cody versus fucking Seth Rollins. He had one arm. The other arm was just blue and dangling. And that was an amazing match. So I'm going to go Hell in a Cell.
I mean, and plus, as far as falls go, the entire fall with Shane McMahon fell like through the table and stuff like that. That was. I mean, I don't like the guy, but like that was the guy had bigger balls than I do.
He did it twice. He did it once with I think it was him versus KO, and then once with him versus Undertaker. When KO, Sammy moved him, and he went through the fucking table, and then Undertaker moved. And he went through the thing hard. The fucking wood just exploded everywhere.
Yeah, it was hard. Yeah, I mean,
and then there was Rikishi during that 6-man Hell in a Cell during Armageddon, where he
that entire truck moved. Like you could see the back of the truck go at least 6 inches, like bounced. Just
right.
Shit's wild, man.
Anyway, Hell in a Cell gets that vote. Jay, is it Hell in a Cell or Steel Cage?
Yeah, it's getting my vote too. So I'm hoping now that they're not using it as much to also get rid of it being red because I hate it being red, but I still love the match.
Oh, I gotta scoot the hell over me. My background's being weird. Casey.
This better goddamn be a sweep. So Hell in a Cell.
By the way, is it Hell in a Cell or Hell in the Cell?
It's a great question. I think it's Hell.
Hell in a Cell. I think it's Hell in a Cell, but
In a Cell? Okay. I've been writing it down both ways. So
Is.
yeah, it's Hell
yeah, I think
in a
that's what it is too. I think it depends on what the commentator is. And
according to Google, it's Hell in a Cell. Hell in a Cell.
Hell in a D Cell. That's Josh. Is it a steel cage match or Hell in a Cell?
First of all, it's neither. It's Hell in and Cell. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, it's essentially Hell in a Cell is essentially a cage match, but way better. So, like, I don't even know how one would vote for a cage match over a Hell in a Cell match. I'm definitely going Hell in a Cell.
Harvey,
It is a 5-0. I think the only way I would vote for a steel cage match over Hell in a Cell is because Hell in a Cell is because there's a lot of iconic steel matches, steel cage matches to go off of. So if you're a fan of the old school, which means just because you came first means you're better, would have gone for the steel cage match over Hell in the Cell. Hell in a Cell, just because like, oh, I remember such and such back in the 70s. I'm like, what have you done for me lately there, sir? Happens. Hell in a Cell moves on 5-0 to the next round. Dre starts us off. Is it a ladder match or the Inferno match?
Ladder match, easy.
Gets vote, Jay.
Yeah, ladder match.
Casey.
Oh, excuse me, sorry.
Oh yeah, it's ladder match.
With the win, Josh.
It's super easy ladder match.
And I will be giving it the sweep off of that one. 5-0 moves on, face a 4-1 in the next round. Jay starts us off. Is it either the Iron Man match or the strap match?
I'm gonna go with the Iron Man match. Strap match is very entertaining. Like you said, I love hearing that sound of the leather hitting the flesh and seeing the markups when they get welted up from it. But you can't beat the storytelling told in a good Iron Man match.
Gets a vote. Casey.
Yeah, I'll go with Iron Man match.
Josh.
Got to go Iron Man for basically the same reason Jay said, the storytelling aspect alone. Iron Man's amazing.
Gets a vote and the win off of that one. I'm going to go with strap match. Again, one for that sound too. Although I do personally think the better sound in the world is, what is it? Bianca Belair's hair.
Oh, fuck yeah. Holy
that
shit.
Oh, yeah.
You
got that
wait.
shit down to a science.
She really does. Like, you wait to see, like, a couple minutes after she does that just to see the welts on people's bodies. Mm-hmm. Like, I will sit there and frame by frame to frame to see. Like, I still want to see what Asuka's, in more ways than one, what Asuka's chest looks like right now.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't pass that up. Yeah,
because I mean, Jade had a white mark down her entire body. I'm pretty sure that freaking Asuka right now has a red flesh wound from like freaking shoulder to waist, because that was a brutal smack right across her chest. And to be honest, I use that more often. Like, if anybody touches my hair like that, the first thing I would do, I would grab my hair and just whip them across the back of the leg. Not across their chest, but right across the back of their leg. Make them fall on their ass every time. And just yell at them, don't touch my damn hair. Every damn time I would do that. However, I'm going to go, the Iron Man match is a good match. It has a great history and everything else. It's already moving on. The strap match gets my vote, mainly because I love the history behind it. I love the modern versions of it that they have too. Not the you got to touch every post, because that all you really have to do is come up behind somebody and touch it too, and then jump over their back or pull them behind you or something like that on the last one. It's not that damn difficult. There's a cheat code to it. But I love a whole bunch of things about this match. It gets my vote in a losing effort. Dre, finish this out. Is it strap match or Iron Man match?
It's definitely Iron Man match. More iconic matches that I love in the Iron Man match. But I do like the old school strap touch all four buckles match though. I do like that, but it's not better than the Iron Man match. So one Iron Man.
Iron Man moves on 4-1 to the next round, faces another 4-1 in that matchup. Casey starts us off. Is it the TLC match or the on a pole match?
If it's not TLC, then this whole bracket is on a pole. TLC.
Some people pay big money for that, man. I'm just saying. Josh, is it TLC or on a pole?
While I loved on a pole match for comedic reasons, I don't know why. I just think it's really funny. God, TLC is such a good match. TLC all the way.
Another person I get to meet in September is Buff Bagwell.
I've heard that guy's fucking awesome.
Yeah, he's changed his life around too. He used to be a major douchebag, but
yeah,
he's
now
done a lot of work after he's been booted. I love, and yeah, again, I know TLC is going to be moving on, and that next matchup is going to be great. I'm going to give the on the pole matches this due, mainly because I love some of the falls that they have, because the on a pole match, you have to be standing on the top rope to even reach what's going on, type thing. And some of the falls that you have from the top rope to doing whatever, there's a couple falls I remember people falling from the top rope through tables and back into the ring and doing some other dope ass moves because they're up there 6 feet up in the air or more if the bottom going down outside the ring and stuff like that. And again, the TLC, I think the TLC matches are a little bit overdone. They really are. They're better matches, but they're overdone. I would love to see the on a pole match come back just even as a joke match. Put like Joe Gacy versus Sean Spears right now in like a chair on a pole match and just have them go at it. I think it'd be fucking fantastic. It gets my vote. Dre, TLC on a pole.
TLC, it's ridiculous. It happens every year. They have the TLC pay-per-view. Well, at least they had one.
They don't anymore. They had to get rid of it.
Yeah, damn, they had got rid of TLC. What the fuck's wrong with them? I like TLCs. So I'm going TLC out. TLC wins for me.
Gets the vote and the win off of that one. Jay, finish it up.
They were chasing too many waterfalls. Anyways.
Hey-o.
Oh.
I got you.
TLC for me as well.
Got him. 4-1 faces a 5-0 in the next round. This is the last matchup in round 2, and it looks like Josh starts us off. Is it Money in the Bank or the I Quit match?
Damn. Fuck you, Freddie, only because I'm going to go Money in the Bank, but it sucks that I'm knocking the I Quit match out. Or maybe I'm not, but for me.
I'm about to say, like, you're not quite yet. Other people still have to vote for it.
Right. I don't mean knocking it out. I mean, like, you're making me vote against I Quit, which I love the I Quit match, but Money in the Bank all day.
However, I'm going to add another punch to the I Quit match as well, and I will be going with Money in the Bank. I love the flexibility it gives the rest of the year, and the fact that you never know what's going to happen with what's going on, especially with WWE, because sometimes their storyline don't make sense. So you always have the wild card. You always have my point exactly. You always have the wild card of the Money in the Bank is always out there somewhere. And plus, you could use it as a weapon and everything else, and be jazzed up like the entire Judgment Day type thing has going on.
It can be stolen.
to be stolen but not really used that way. It could be taken in a court.
That was such bullshit. That was such
That
bullshit.
was so dumb.
Oh my god! Just because Vince didn't like the story was Vince didn't like Otis, so he had to give it to somebody else. It was bullshit. That was such bullshit. Oh god, sorry.
It really was. It really was. But it still makes me laugh, and it gets my vote. Dre, is it Money in the Bank or I Quit?
You had to make me go off because that's the one thing I hated so much about. Well, a lot about the pandemic era, but that one right there was, oh my god, that was bullshit. Because what they did was they took it from Otis, they gave it to Miz. Miz won. The next following week he lost. He lost. It was bullshit. It was such god. Money in Bank.
Otis deserved that fucking moment.
He did. And he got taken from court. It was bullshit. Money in Bank's my pick.
It gets to vote and the win off of that. The thing with the court case too is that they were making fun of the old school people's court in the background where they like freaking Taker and all. I'm pretty sure Taker would be the judge type thing, and you could pay Taker off with like a case of beer, or something like that. It was for people who knew, enjoyed it. The people who didn't care. Type thing and thought it was bullshit. I still think it was bullshit, but I still think it was funny. So, Money in the Bank gets a vote and the win off of that one. Jay, is it Money in the Bank or I Quit?
Oh yeah, no, I'm going with Money in the Bank. I love I Quit matches, but Money in the Bank's great. And that was one of the best parts of the pandemic era. Not the aftermath, but that Money in the Bank at the tower, watching them run up the tower, all the little vignettes. Like, that was one of the more creative ways they dealt with stuff. Yeah, Money in the Bank for me.
Freaking Baron Corbin killing 2 people in one night. straight up threw them both off the side. It was Rey Mysterio and somebody else that he threw off over the top of the roof. It's hilarious. In case he finishes out.
It is definitely a sweep.
5-0. Faces another 5-0 in the next round. Be right back right after this break. Myself, Dre, Jay, and Josh all have steal of votes and loads to blow. However,
stolen a vote.
However, Casey still has his steal a vote, but not his load. So if you would have let me finish, sir. There you go.
And I find it iconic what he has his name listed at.
Yeah.
What?
If you blow your load, you're fired, and you were the first person to blow your load.
You're the only one to blow your load thus far. And now that he has a full-time job.
Anybody who's been on the show knows that you'll blow your load in the fucking final anyway, so that you get to cast a deciding vote.
Me, yeah. I usually wait unless there's something. Like I didn't last week. Last week it was pretty early. However, these steal votes, these next 4 matches are the last time to steal people's vote. You can't do it in the semifinals or the finals or the third place. So there's that. I start this one off. So welcome back for the round 3 and beyond. It looks like I start this one off. It is either the casket match or the ladder match. This is 4-1 and 5-0 respectively. The ladder match will be getting my vote off of this one. I love the finality of the casket match, but I know this is recency bias, especially from last night, but the moment where R-Truth got the win off of that one, I'm pretty sure grown men shed tears. All right. That was it's the quite literally climbing the ladder in life and grabbing the so-called brass ring. It's not really a ring, it's a triangle, but still to that point. And grabbing it and everything else is just absolutely great. I love the spectacle of it all. Plus, ladder matches are super dangerous, and they have shortened careers, and it's a spot fest beyond spot fest. It's pretty much action from bell to bell type thing. It gets my vote hands down. Dre, it's the ladder match or casket match.
R-Truth is a national hero.
You're goddamn
and we should
right.
protect him at all costs.
Yeah,
I'm just glad there were no spiders on that ladder.
Oh my goodness! When he
little Jennies.
when he hot tagged in the ladder match, that was the funniest shit I ever seen him. My goddamn, he hot tagged in the ladder match. That was amazing. Oh my
And
goodness.
Miz played along. Fucking
Oh my
so
goodness.
good. Oh my god.
Well, he had to. He needed help. Like, listen, I listen. The only way I can get you to help. Fuck it, but I gotta tag you. It was amazing. I am going to go ladder.
He's still down. Sorry, my kid. Okay, go watch cartoons, dude. Sorry, guys.
It happens.
Bad duties.
Ladder match gets a vote from Jay on that one. Jay, is it ladder match or casket match?
It's ladder match.
Gets a vote, Casey.
You muted, buddy.
Ladder match.
There you go. You get it fixed eventually. And Josh finishes up.
Ladder match, 100%.
5-0 ladder match moves on to the next round. Dre starts this one off. It's either Elimination Chamber or Iron Man.
Ooh.
And you said it's the last time he's got 4 matches in here? Like four
These
matches?
last 3, this match, the next 2 matches after that are the last 3 times to steal a vote.
I'm going to steal Josh's vote. And I'm going to pick Iron Man.
Just for clarification, because technically there are 2 Joshes here. Are you going for okay?
That one.
Okay, I wanted to make sure because I know there's Josh for you on other shows.
Yeah.
So, okay, Iron Man gets that vote. Goes to those 2 votes. Jay, is it Iron Man or Elimination Chamber?
It's Iron Man. I gotta go with Iron Man. I love a good Iron Man match. EC's fantastic, but Iron Man is just
Gets a vote and the win off of that one, Casey.
4 Horsemen. Iron Man.
I'm going to give my vote to Josh on this one. I will be going for Elimination Chamber. I love this as a gimmick match. As a gimmick match, because it is beyond a gimmick match at this point. I was going to be voting for it anyway. It is 4-1, though, Iron Man.
I'm not mad because Iron Man is an amazing match, but I'm mad because that's my favorite gimmick match. It's fine.
My point exactly. I had to get yours out of the way just in case.
Moves on 4-1 to the next round. Jay starts us off. It's either the Royal Rumble or TLC.
I'm going with the Royal Rumble.
Gets a vote off of that one, Casey.
You are out of your goddamn mind. TLC.
Is that worth the steal a vote or no?
No.
Okay.
No, because I have a plan.
All right, you only have this match next time to use it. So, Josh,
Yup.
is it TLC or the Royal Rumble?
I'm sorry, Freddie. I'm going to steal your vote and vote for the TLC. Listen, the Rumble is great, but I think it's not as much a gimmick match as it is its own kind of separate thing at this point. And the TLC match is so much more personal.
I'm inclined to agree with you on your sentiment, but I personally think the Royal Rumble match is a better match in general. So my vote would have gone with the Royal Rumble on this one, but it was stolen. So Dre, is it TLC or the Royal Rumble match?
Royal Rumble.
3-2 Royal Rumble. TLC moves on to the next round. Last up, Casey starts us off. It's either Hell in a Cell or Money in the Bank.
I have a feeling I know how this is going to go, but fuck, I hate this fucking hashtag. Fuck you, Freddie. By the way,
Yeah, facts.
I will be casting 2 votes for Hell in the Cell, and I don't care if this person would have voted for Hell in the Cell or not, but I'm going to steal my OG network mate's vote, and Dre will not be casting a vote in this match.
I would have picked the same thing.
That's what I figured, but at the same time, still, I wanted to steal your fucking vote anyway. So,
Okay.
Josh.
I was gonna steal Harvey's, but Harvey's not here, so.
Oh, man.
You know Josh, is it Money in the Bank or Hell in the Cell?
I'm not too worried about which one goes through, so I'm going to give Money in the Bank a fighting chance and vote for Money in the Bank.
The only vote I can steal would be Jay's on this one. So, Jay, you kind of got screwed over on this one. And I will be going for Money in the Bank on this one as well. Which means Money in the Bank moves on 3-2, faces a 4-1 in the next round. Jay is the only one not to use his steal a vote. He was also going last on this.
I didn't realize that Casey didn't like the Rumble like that, so it's all right though.
So we are going into the final 4 right now, and Josh gets to pick the matchup that we start off of. Is it you to pick from one of these 4 matches? Is it the ladder match, Money in the Bank, TLC, or Iron Man?
Okay. Money in the Bank. Sorry, say those again so I can just make sure.
Just pick from one of these 4. Is it the ladder match, Money in the Bank, TLC, or the Iron Man match?
Let's go TLC.
Okay, it is either TLC or the ladder match.
Oh. As classic as the ladder is, TLC is just a ladder match with more fun. I gotta go TLC.
TLC gets a vote. To quote Dre on this one, just because you're first doesn't mean you're better. The ladder match is a precursor to the TLC match. However, the TLC match, it's just a combination of a whole bunch of different matches together. But I grew up with the Hardys and the Dudleys and the 5-second photo pose and stuff like that. The edging Christian pose off type situation. The TLC is part of my childhood, and I will be going with that. Dre.
I am particularly saying that because you're first, that means you're better. And that's true. TLC wins. TLC is, like Josh said, is an upgraded ladder match.
Gets the vote and the win off of that one. Jay.
I mean, 3 of these Final 4 are all variations on the same thing.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking that too.
One that has more fun. But yeah, you're all right. I mean, you have a ladder match, and then TLC is just a ladder match with more toys. So TLC it is.
In case he finishes out.
Yeah, it's easily the enhancement of the OG, but it's a needed enhancement to the OG, so TLC.
Moving 5-0 into the finals on that one, TLC moves on which means I start this one off. It's either the Iron Man match or the Money in the Bank. I am hands down going for Money in the Bank on this one because I want to see Money in the Bank face TLC in the finals. I just do. I think they're both fucking great. So it gets my vote. Dre, is it Money in the Bank or the Iron Man match?
I love both of these matches. Both of the matches actually probably should be finals actually to me anyway, I think. So to even it out, I'm going to go the opposite of you. Let Buzz pick it. I'm cool with that.
See, realistically, I wish I would have stolen somebody's vote on the chamber on that one, because at least then, and not Josh's, because I know Josh would have voted for the chamber, but I should have stolen somebody's vote on that one. That way, the chamber took out the Iron Man match. However, it wasn't like somebody stole Josh's vote before I had a chance to steal their vote. So there's that. Jay, is it Money in the Bank or Iron Man?
No, it's too late to steal a vote. Is it too late to blow my load?
You can still blow your load.
I'm gonna blow my load.
Oh, you dick.
Jay has decided to blow his load, which means Casey is going next. Is it Money in the Bank or Iron Man?
Iron Man, Bob.
Josh.
One name. Shelton Benjamin. Money in the Bank.
He stole that show. He probably should have won that thing because
Every single fucking time he was in it, he stole it. Every fucking time.
he
Man never got his flowers.
Not Johnny Nitro, but the other one.
Mercury.
Yeah, got his damn jaw broken from a ladder. So during a Money in the Bank match, and not his jaw, his nose, busted his nose.
That was a TLC match between the Hardys and Morrison and yeah.
Was it?
Yeah,
I could have swore. I could have swore that was Money in the Bank because that was on a main stage.
I'm fairly
They almost had to
certain it was a
stop the
TLC
match.
it was some form of ladder match. It was a tag team ladder match. I forgot what it was.
Well, that's the thing because I wasn't thinking that they even made it to a TLC match. So Money in the Bank, there's a whole bunch of different tag teams in there. So
it was Eminem versus the Hardys at Armageddon. I don't know exactly what match it was.
Either way, it broke his damn nose.
Horrifying. One of the most horrifying things I've ever seen on live television. Anyway.
Yeah. It is a tie matchup, though. I think. Is that right?
It is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is a tie matchup, though, coming down to Jay because Jay blew his load. Jay, is it Iron Man or Money in the Bank? faces TLC in the finals.
You know, the Money in Bank stakes are pretty darn high, but I still gotta go with Iron Man. I think it's just way more iconic. I think there's better storytelling done in it. Yeah, Iron Man.
Fair point, sir.
I mean, kind of going back to what you guys said about the Royal Rumble, the Money in Bank kind of is its own thing, where the Iron Man is still a straight up gimmick.
That's a good point. That is actually a good point. Fair enough.
Gets the vote and the win off of that. Moving on to face TLC in the finals, but looks like I started that one off. So it looks like Dre starts this one off. Dre, third place. Is it the ladder match or the Money in the Bank?
Money in the Bank. That was easy.
It's got the entire TLC versus ladder match type thing again. It's just an upgraded version of a ladder match. Jay, is it Money in the Bank or ladder match?
Money in the Bank.
Casey.
You muted again, buddy?
Oh, me?
Yeah, yes. There you go.
All right. So what was it again?
It's either Money in the Bank or the ladder match, third place.
Money in the Bank.
Gets the vote and the win off of that one, Josh.
Yeah, I concur. Money in the Bank.
And I'm going to give it a 5-0 on that one. So third place moves on into sweep. Finals. Jay starts us off. He has blown his load. So has Casey, Josh, myself, and Dre. This is the last time to use the blowing of loads if you so choose. Josh, is it TLC or the Iron Man match?
Ooh. Put myself in a pickle.
I'm in a pickle.
You know what? I'm gonna stick to my guns. I'm going to Iron Man.
Get to vote, Casey.
I'll go Iron Man. It could be either one, though.
Josh.
I gotta go TLC.
TLC gets Josh's vote. TLC also gets my vote. I haven't seen, like, my problem on this one is that I haven't seen a good Iron Man match in a while. Like, in a solid 5 years in WWE. I do understand that in AEW, there's been a couple, but it doesn't live up to the modern era type things. However, the TLC matches, they haven't really been getting better, but they haven't been really getting worse either type thing. So they're on kind of a like an A- average type thing. The Iron Man matches have been going down a little bit and then kind of plateaued on a B or a B- type thing for me. So that's why I'm going to go for TLC. It is also a tie-breaking decision for the finals, coming down to Dre. The TLC or Iron Man?
I'll blow my load. Here's the
Dre decided to blow his load on this one. Dre, is it the Iron Man match or TLC?
Here's the thing. I watch more than WWE. I actually think that AEW has better in-ring wrestling than WWE by far. I think that is. I don't think it's to me an argument for me. For better in-ring wrestling would be AEW. Iron Man matches are amazing matches, and I know Freddie just said he didn't see one, but MJF versus Bryan Danielson was fucking chef kiss. One of the best things I ever saw. And I just sent y'all guys the link of some of the top 10 Iron matches of all time. MJF and Bryan Danielson is up there, like 2 or 3, I think. They're amazing. Even going to New Japan, Okada versus I forgot Okada versus somebody, but it was fucking amazing as well. I'm going to go Iron Man match here.
In a 3-2 victory, Iron Man moves on to the winners. That is our show this week there, guys. Dre, where can people find you?
All right, so I want to say thank you to Freddie for having me on. If you want to check out other brackets, like I said, we do brackets with Masturbators, the podcast. We do 104, and we break down to a winner. We do 2-on-2s, 3-on-3s, and singles by themselves. Also, we do drafts live every Tuesday, and they come out Fridays on podcast network platforms. Also, Josh, a couple of days said, but season, where we're going to talk about Game of Thrones whenever these two, another person gets done with Game of Thrones, and then the whole other broad types of TV shows that we're going to be checking out as well. So I want to thank you, Freddie, for having me on. I can't wait for tonight. It should be fun. All right. And yeah, thank you.
And you can find Jay at.
Yeah, so like Dre said, Freddie, thanks for having me on. Had a blast. Good way to start WrestleMania Sunday. And you can find Toontastic Journeys on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, as well as wherever else you can find any of the podcast at. Please check us out.
You can find Casey at.
Casey can be found wherever you get your podcast listening fix, as well as he can be found literally 40 hours a week at fucking work. So, not just 40, sometimes more than that. But I digress. This was a lot of fun. Thank you for having me back, Freddie. I enjoy doing Bracket Bastards a lot. I am excited as fuck for tonight because we've been waiting a long time for this shit to come to an end.
For Cody
Let's
to
fucking
finish the
do this
story.
shit. Finish the story. End the fucking reign of terror. Bring the belt home to the people who are here every week working their ass off. Not somebody who is supposedly as iconic as freaking Hulk Hogan, but has literally worked like a third of the dates that Hogan has worked. Screw that shit. Bring the belt home. Let's do this shit. Happy freaking day 2. Finish the story day. But yes, each and every week, wherever you get your podcast listening fix, as well as on the I Did Not Make These Rankings Podcast Network website. This was a lot of fun. I will see everybody next time. Next.
Casey, you better
And of
hope
course, you can.
Casey, you better
Go
hope
ahead.
that he wins, because if he doesn't, and you listen to his back.
Hey, I said the same thing last year, and I'm probably the reason why he got jinxed last year and didn't finish it last year. But we're doing this shit.
Okay.
Damn rubber chicken. And you can find Josh at.
You can find me nearly every week on the Asylum with Harley and Joker. And like I said, at most conventions in the Midwest, especially around Indiana. And yeah, you can find me at work about 20 hours a week. It's kind of a chill job, but it's very fun. And other than that, I do want to give a shout out to a moment from last night. Rhea's fucking entrance was unfucking believable.
Am I the only one who thought that was her singing?
Dude, I thought that for a minute too. I was like, is that like, did she give me ink or like what's going on? And then I saw her, I was like, oh, okay.
I mean, that's what it is. Anyway, you can find me, your host, at Freddie Fisher on Facebook. While you're on there, check out Bracket Bastards for all your up-to-date information on what's going on. And Bracketology, we have 2 polls going up every single day. Today's going to be late because we're sitting here recording, but it is the Anti-Earth Day bracket, which, by the way, is the show that we're doing next week on here, a whole bunch of destruction movies as far as Earth goes. And the cartoon sidekick bracket is still going on as well. So both of those are on the first round. On Twitter, you can find me at do what?
Is Vegeta on there?
No.
Oof.
You ain't the sidekick of that clown.
He's a sidekick of Goku. You don't do the sidekick. You damn man.
Anyway, for the rest of people out there, if you want to see who's all on that list, it is up on one of the featured sections on there to see who is all on the bracket, because not all the names have been released through matches as of yet. On Twitter, you can find me at Fisher777 or all at Bracket Pod, and on Instagram, as always, you can find me at Can't Lick Me, not one word. As I said, the Anti-Earth Day bracket is next week. After that, we are celebrating 420, and our dank bastard Brian will be back. He is hosting the show for that week. We are talking about 35-ish funny weed strain names to celebrate those who happen to partake. I am looking forward to that one. It is Brian's first time hosting a show, and we can't wait to have him back. He's been going through some serious shit lately, so just be glad to see his face. I will leave the show the same way I leave every other show, as with the late great, the words of the late great, I I will leave the show the same way I leave every other show, and that was with the words of the late but great Jerry Springer. That is it. That is this. Take care of yourself and each other. Have a good week, guys.